Yes, lovely people, it is the last Friday of the month, and you know what that means? If my chair will stop messing about, it means you guys get to come in here for 2 minutes and have your say about whatever you want to say about whatever you want to say. People, it's Kop-Ish Kall-In show. It's live. Let's get into it.
Shout out to Kopish.
Shout out to Kopish, guys.
All the good work.
The two legends, Emil Heskey, Howard Gill. Can't get much better than that guy. Yeah. You know what to do now. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm with legends, guys.
Kopish.
Yes, people, 3 times in one day. Can't knock the work ethic. Can't knock the work ethic. People, as always, when you get behind the mic, please make sure you subscribe, comment, and like. By now, guys, you know how this all works. I'm going to put the link in the chat. When you guys come in, have your say about whatever you want to speak about. Depending on how many people have, we'll start off with 3 minutes. So obviously, I'm by myself. I can't be on all night, guys. We'll start off on about 3 minutes, and then we'll go from there. If I do rush you a little bit, please don't take offense. I just want to make sure as many callers get through as possible. So please, please, please don't take offense. I know we only do these once a month now. We don't do it once a week like we used to. Also, for the members, I know we've been promising for a while. We will get the call-in show for the members popping off very, very soon. So please, please, please just bear with us. Thank you for your patient members. If you are a member, though, you'll see I dropped 2 members videos today as well. So one about homegrown players and one about Endo, Federico Chiesa, and Elliot. So you guys have got 2 members videos that you can watch as well if you're a member. Big up to Don Hassam. Chat Callum wanted me and Tom to do this show. You're a liar, bro. You're an absolute liar. Big up yourself, though, Hassam. You know what to do, people. Go and subscribe to Sam's show. Go and subscribe to Tom's channel as well. Also, if you haven't, after this show, you can watch the show we did earlier. Me, Matt, Hassam, and Tom got very heated, got very spicy. But this is what brothers who are passionate about Liverpool Football Club do. We have arguments, we have disputes, and then we laugh at the end of the show. So, people, look, we're going to do it. 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 I'm going to put the link in the chat now. I want you guys to come here and have your say about Liverpool, who are 1 point off winning the league title for the 20th time, a record equaling 20th time, and hopefully we go one better than the Mancurians and lift it number 21 next season. But before then, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. So people, come and have your say. Come and have your say. Right, let's get going. Got the first person in, looking sharp. I've got to say his beard is almost looking as good as mine. He is a regular of the show, a regular of our reviewers review. It's our brother, Josh. Josh, welcome to the show, bro. We said using them oils like me, yeah? I see you.
I was trying to get like you.
I'm trying to be like you. I'm trying to be like... How are you, my bro? Good? Yeah, not too bad, bro. Not too bad. Crazy busy, crazy tired.
Yeah,
I have life and health, so I cannot complain too much, bro.
Same. That's it. You know what I mean? Don't have the wealth just yet, but we got help, so that's the main
yeah. We're building to that.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Indeed. We got for us tonight, my bro.
Hope the family's well, and shout out to the other guys.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Big up the chat as well.
Indeed.
What's it? I'll be quick because I don't want to take up too much time.
I'll go for it, bro.
So, what is the? Actually, no. Before I quickly go, yeah. If I ever meet you, yeah, for the next few hours, cancel your plans because I swear to God, yeah, I want to have UFC chat with you because I feel like because all of my mates, right, yeah, they like fighting, but they don't like fighting like I like the way you like fighting.
Yeah.
So if I ever meet you, yeah, cancel all your plans.
Yeah, I got you.
We need to talk, yeah, because I need to ask. I want to get your ideas or something. But yeah, anyway. Yeah. So my football related stuff. Excuse me. What are your 5 games that essentially helped us, that you believe helped, the most 5 important games that you thought capitalized this league title? So for me, it's I would say
This season,
Fulham.
yeah?
Yeah, this season, yeah. So Fulham at home for me, Man
Yeah.
City away, Brentford away. I'm trying to Everton at home. The fifth one I can't think actually, to be fair. I'm gonna say Tottenham away as well. That's my 5.
Okay.
And what's your goal of the season? Mine is either Darwin Nunez at home to Bournemouth.
That was a banger.
Yeah, that was. Or I'm just gonna have to rip the band-aid off Trent, innit? Trent at Leicester. You're just gonna have to rip the band-aid off.
Okay, I've got another one for that. All right, my 5 games. So I've got West Ham United away on the 29th of December. I've got Brentford when Nunez came off the bench and got a brace. I've got Fulham at home where we drew 2-2 after going down to 10 men. I've got Man City away, and I've got Man United away. 3-0.
Fair enough. They're pretty solid games.
The reason why I say those 3, so Fulham at home, we went down to 10 men and we were a goal down.
Yeah.
And
I think that's the best one.
Yeah.
That's number 1.
Slot,
that's number 1.
That's the day I started believing in Slot in terms of like this guy could be an elite manager, because we had no right to play the way we did. We actually started playing that game like we had 11 men and they had 10 men.
Yeah, facts.
And we were really unlucky not to get the winning goal in that game and win that game full stop. Then the Man City game away, let's be real, that was our little hoodoo, innit? We hadn't won there for God knows how long, but it's the manner in which we did it.
Yeah.
When was the last time we implemented a low block and counter-attacking football and stuff? We hadn't done it. One sec. Apologies.
That's all right.
Then because we hadn't won there such a long time, implementing a low block, then hitting them on the counter attack, the manner in which we defended as well to see out the game, like it was. I hadn't seen a Liverpool side do that since like Rafa Benitez.
Yeah.
Brentford away, I didn't actually watch the game live, but I just know that we struggled that day, and if Nunez didn't come off the bench, we don't win it. And I think at that point in the season, if we don't pick up those 3 points, we could have started doubting ourselves and maybe had a little bit of a fall off. And then Man U away, like I think everyone has revisionism for that game. Going to that game, Man United were on a good run of form, and people were starting to talk about Ten Hag turning things around, and they were saying Liverpool could be in trouble because it's Slot's first game there. And we went there, we played them off the park. I remember Xerxes having a couple of chances that maybe could have gone in on another day. But I also remember us having like another 4 or 5 chances we could have scored as well. Like we battered them that day and we made it look easy.
My goal of the month, winning away at United is a big result.
It's never easy, but we made it look easy. We made it look easy. My goal of the season is McAllister versus Fulham away.
Yeah, fine. Yeah.
In terms of pure goal, in terms of importance of goal, I would say Darwin Nunez is second at Brentford, is up there.
Yeah. There's another shout as well. The 2 goals that Salah scored away at Newcastle. Those 2 goals were really good. The football build up to those goals were excellent.
Yeah, shout out to Trudon. Salah versus Brighton was a good goal as well.
Yes, where he sat down Estepinian. Yes.
Yeah. Do you know another game that slept on as well because we didn't win it? Arsenal away 2-2. We weren't great that day, and we managed to claw it back, and we managed to get the 2-2. And we did well that day, considering the circumstances and how we were playing in that game. We've had some very impactful moments, man. We really have.
Yeah, we have. It's been a really good season.
Special.
I can't wait to like when they do like all the when the Liverpool channel release all the goals of the season.
Goal rush, that, you know about it, goal rush. Come on.
Looking forward to that one. You know?
Yeah, same. It's a special Premier League season, man. So happy we're witnessing this. We deserve this.
Party time on Sunday, man. It's party time, and it's not going to stop for them until the start of next season.
Facts.
So
Facts. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
But yeah.
Nah, Josh,
one
man.
more thing before I dip out and let other people jump in. I have to big up the missus, yeah? She's an Arsenal fan, but every time she meets people, she always promotes Kop-Ish. Yeah,
bless her, man.
Yeah, she always promotes Kop-Ish.
Bless her, man. We appreciate that. We appreciate that. No, bigger up, man. Bigger up.
Yeah.
But just tell her. Evening. Just you might as well become a Liverpool fan.
I've made her wear a Liverpool shirt before, you know.
Good. Bring her to the parade.
I have. There's a picture
Bring her to the parade. We'll convert her. Don't worry.
Yeah,
it's
that's
nothing
it,
wrong.
man. That's it.
No, I love that, man. That's true love right there. Love that.
Yeah, man. All right. I'll catch you on the next one, yeah?
Anytime,
Take
Josh,
easy,
brother.
bro.
Big up to yourself and the missus and
And
the
you,
family.
man.
Yeah, bro.
And you.
Take care.
Take care, man.
Big
Bye.
up. Love that, man. Absolutely love that. Jamrock, you must have missed the morning show. Look, I'll spin it back. I'll spin the block for you guys. So in the morning show, a couple of people were noticing the beard and stuff. So I was like, do you know what? Just out of courtesy and stuff, I'll give you guys 10 seconds where you can just admire the beard. So I'll do that now for you. For everyone in the morning show, you'd have seen this already, but Jamrock, here's your 10 seconds where you and everyone else can admire the beard. Let's go. Let me pose with something. They don't even sponsor us, but brand deals and that. Look at the beard. Let me catch it in the light for you, Jamrock. Jeez. Jamrock, we're here. We're outside. I did tell everyone, by the way, when I grow a beard and it properly fills out, I'm going to be extremely arrogant. So the Callum that you guys see and you meet and all that, it's not going to be the same Callum when the beard fills out. So I want you guys to be like, that Callum's changed since he's got a beard. If I don't hear that, that means you're not appreciating the beard, because I'm not going to be the same person. Look, I know there's some of you lot in the chat who are hating right now on the beard. I get it. Maybe you guys can't grow a beard. Maybe you're looking at going, raw, Cal's enhanced with the beard. Like, I get it. Just, if you're going to hate from outside. That's all I'm saying. Hate from outside. Because beard gang, we're here. I'm part of the beard gang now. Like, I get it now. I get it. Even the missus looks at me different now. And I'm like, babe, chill, man. We've already got 3 kids. Chill out. Like, I get it now. I get why you lot grew beards before. I get it now. So big up the beard gang. Obviously, we're here. We're outside. Big up. Obviously, Josh is in the beard gang as well. You saw me and him just bearding off, like, pause in the, we're here. We're outside now. Yeah. No, I didn't go Turkey before anyone asks. No, don't disrespect me like that. And I have considered going Turkey, and I still might go Turkey because maybe I just want to feel the beard out a bit more. If I go Turkey, you lot can judge me all you want. I've told you guys, I've made no secret. If I go Turkey, I'm going to bring the hairline forward. I'm going to fill out the beard, and I'm going to get calf implants as well. I'm going to Turkey. I'm coming back with something. But people, right, let's get the next caller on. Paul, are you there, bro?
Oh, right, Callum, how you doing?
I'm not too bad, bro. How are you, my bro?
The beard looks good, by the way. Don't let them get you down.
I know, man. I know. What can I say, bro? What can I say? I'm outside.
Unbearable with it,
man. How are you, my bro?
Anyway, yeah. God, I'm actually looking forward to it. I'm actually believing. I said on another show that I won't believe that we've won the title until around April, May time.
Yeah, you believe now?
So I'm believing it now. It is coming true. And we've caught up with those upstarts down the road. They have the end of Lancs Road, Manchester. Yeah. We've caught up with them, so we're nice. So hopefully we can win next season as well and go past them. Well, that's going to be a tall order. Yeah.
I think we can do it.
The thing I'm worried about is I don't think we're going to take advantage of this. So.
All right, talk to me. What
I have concerns about whether FSG are going to release the purse strings for us to strengthen properly.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah. So,
all right.
When you say strengthen properly,
sorry to cut you, Paul. When you say strengthen properly, what does that look like to you?
Right back, a new left back, a proper defensive midfield player who's press resistant and can play. He can be the playmaker from deep, but can also pass. But can also do the hard stuff. Be mean and dirty and do the dark arts. So I want the all rounder, basically.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah. Yeah. And also a number 10, a proper number 10. We have to stop with this low slide nonsense that he can play a 10. Because for me, a traditional number 10 is someone who creates, produces that bit of magic and play in tight spaces, who's imaginative, a street baller type.
All right.
And the one player I'll be happy that we get will be Cherky. He's my number one. Cherky. No one else. I don't care. We get Cherky, I'll be happy. Richard Hughes will be forever in my debt if we get Cherky. Because it's that solution we need to break down low blocks which we've had problems with for time. We need to resolve that issue now if we're going to compete and win trophies on a regular basis. Yeah. And also we need a proper winger, pacey winger, but can also a winger who can take on players, who's got good agility, good footwork, and can manipulate the ball, basically. Where are you? You still there?
Apologies, Paul. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Sorry about that. Sorry, my laptop, as you guys know, my laptop did a bit of a madness there.
Yeah.
The last thing I got from you is that you wanted a 10 as well.
A 10, yes, a number 10. The mercurial number 10 is creative.
Yeah. Okay.
And our number one target should be Cherky.
Paul, you're talking
So
my language.
I know there's some people disagree because he doesn't defend, but I can deal with that. I can sacrifice that. We're too obsessed with this. Everyone has to defend. So
yeah,
I want a proper number 10 who can solve the issue of the low block.
all right.
It's a problem.
What about the other positions then? So you said a right back. Who would you like to see coming in that position?
Number 9, I want to see either Alvarez, Ekatike, and I know this is going to be a big ask, Isaac. It's going to cost a lot of money though. And Cunha.
Not asking
any
for
of
much.
those four. Cunha.
All right. What about for right back? Who would you get in for right back?
Oh God, I would love. And then I've got a list of people here. I've got a list of right backs I've got written down. I've got players that we should sign. Be with you in a sec. Vanderson, Wesley.
Yeah.
I'll take any of those two. Ivan Fresneda, Arno Martinez, any of those three, any of those ones that's mentioned. Ones that are big, that are not been mentioned, but we've looked at them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So out of those, who do you think we do get then, and what do you think?
I don't know, to be honest with you. You never know. I think they're going to go. I think they're going to stick with Bradley, or they're going to go after Frimpong. Well, I want a right back who can actually defend, but is also good going forward. Yeah. Same. And left back, I would prefer. I don't understand all the fuss about Kirkes. I don't rate him as highly as everyone else does.
Yeah. I'm
so my choice for left back would be Nuno Mendes.
Good luck getting him out of Paris, bro.
I think that is the problem, yes. But he'll be my number one choice.
Yeah, brilliant left back. If
not him, then Gutierrez.
Shout. Yeah. I think he goes to Real Madrid, unfortunately, but rate him as well.
Yeah. Gutierrez plays for Girona.
No, I think Real Madrid going for him in the summer though. I think they've got a buyback clause on him. Yeah, because he used to. I think they've got a buyback clause.
There's a guy who I can't remember whose name. He used to be at Man United, but he's now playing for Benfica.
Carrera.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's those three. But anyone. So I'm going to say anyone but Kirkes. Anyone but Kirkes.
No, fairs.
I'm not down with him. Sorry, it's just me.
No, that's fair enough. Well, Paul, I'm gonna let you go, bro. I'm gonna chop this up now with the.
Okay, I know you
in the
got
chat.
people to see us, people to speak to. Okay,
Nah, you're a
thanks
legend,
for having
Paul.
me on anyway. Much appreciated.
Nah, I appreciate you, Paul, bro. Bless you, man.
Thank you.
First and foremost, Chris Angel in the chat. That is wild. I can't even read that out. Trudon, I think as well. Crazy work. That's one thing I don't see myself ever doing. I gotta be honest, guys. But big up to everyone. That's everyone's. You know, I'm not here to judge. But no, that is not the reason why the beard is growing. For anyone asking. Right, I gotta do a special shout out to 2 channels. Firstly, I've got to say, subscribe to Football with Ends. Ends man's in the chat. I hope he's still in the chat. People, look, Ends is almost at 3K subscribers. He's almost at 3K subscribers. All you guys got to do is click the link, hit subscribe, and you're back in the chat. Ends is almost there. Can we do that for Ends, please? Can we do that? Another channel I want to give a shout out to is our brothers over in Barbados and a brother in America as well. And that is Bayesian Reds TV. Go and subscribe to their channel. The link is here as well. Hold on. Big up Alex George in the chat. Come on, bro. Alex, you watching on Sunday, yeah? You watching on Sunday, Alex? I thought the league was yours, bro. You watching, Alex? Alex, you watching, bro? You are welcome to come to the parade as well, Alex. We'd love to have you there. We'd love to welcome you to Liverpool so you can watch the Premier League trophy being branded and taken through the streets of the beautiful town that is Liverpool. Please, Alex. We'd love for you to join us. Robs, I'm filming, buddy. All right, go and sit down. I'm filming. We're not doing this on a Friday evening. You do this in the morning when close it, please. Quickly or else. All right, no sweets and chocolates then. I'm gonna have to, all right. I'm gonna tell Mum no sweets and chocolates. Oh, yeah, there we go. Close it all the way. There we go. Yeah. I won't lose anymore. I figured out their weak point. The art of war. This is what we do. Right. Our next caller, Bruno. Can you hear us, bro?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, brother. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very good. Thank you very much. Very good. Thank you very much. My birthday was just 3 days ago.
Oh, big up, Bruno.
What did I tell you back in February? What did I say last year? What did I say?
I'm going to be real, Bruno. After 3 young kids and just age, I can't even remember what happened a couple of days ago sometimes. So you're going to have to let me know, bro. 2
dates. 2nd of February, my sister's birthday, and 22nd of April. 2 days when it comes to title races and stuff like that. 22nd of April, title race is done. Finished. Over. So, Gal. So I've got a few receipts here. Gal, you've been left with egg on your face, haven't you? Next time, learn from your arch rival, Big Bucks, yeah? Learn from your arch rival, Big Bucks. Don't start something you can't finish, yeah? That's the first thing. Secondly, Tottenham's going to be the bridesmaid at the weekend, aren't they? You all know what that means, don't you? They're going to be giving away the trophy. They're going to be presenting. They're going to be doing the whole. They're going to be presenting the trophy. Yeah. And here's a bit of a song, you know. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Oh. And now I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. And by the way, so
brilliant.
How was that?
That was unique, bro. That was unique.
Thank you very. I'll take that as a compliment. Thank you very much.
That's fair enough.
And as for the Manx, not laughing now. Can't be going singing 2020 Man United. You can't sing that no more, can you?
Very true.
Huh? Grab that chant and stick it where the sun don't shine. Yeah? Flush it down the toilet. Can't sing it no more. That's what you lot get. And the fourth bit, I'm going to do a bit of commentary, you know. Before I leave, I'm going to... Salah, reset, back to Salah. He's through on goal. And John Brown has kicked him right in the back of the head. It's a penalty. And the referee's gone to his back pocket. It's a red card, or it's all kicking off it. Mark Getty's getting involved. George Alessendi is getting involved. And look at this. It's all kicking off it. And now Mark Brown's grabbed him by the neck. He's choke slammed him into the ground. It's all kicking off it. And now the fans are running onto the pitch. It's all kicking off it. The referee's gone to his back pocket, and one of the fans has been sent off. He can give it goal. He can argue all he likes. Oh yeah, forgot to say as well. The parade's going to be very interesting, isn't it?
Are you going to be there, Bruno?
Unfortunately.
No, Bruno. We need you to parade, Bruno.
Fortunately, I won't be able to make it. But you know what? But here's the thing. The Manx, they won't be able to say nothing. Yeah? Nothing. Oh yeah, I've got a few things. Just last thing, yeah?
Yeah.
All those YouTubers at the beginning of the season, pundits that predicted us to finish 4th, 5th place, 6th place in the table. Looks like you guys have been left with egg on your face. I saw a lot of people predicting us to finish 5th, finish 4th, and said that we're going to fall off a cliff. Looks like that didn't end very well, did it? And that's for those BBC pundits. The 30 of them. What a shame. What an absolute shame. That's what happens when you underestimate the opposition. That's what happens when you underestimate the opposition. You understand what they're trying to say, you know. That would be of Jamaica. You understand what they're trying to say, you know. Anyway, as much as I'd like to continue, I've got to get going because others have got to get on here. So I'll see you next month, May 28th. See you next time.
Bruno,
Callum.
you're a legend. Bless you, bro. Hey, bro, you can't just come in
Champions.
Sorry, Bruno. Bro, it's in there. It's in there. Close the door behind you. You don't pay the bills here. Sorry again.
I told you when we started, I don't do broken-hearted. Anyway, gotta get going. Thank you very much for having me.
You're a legend. Thank you. Thank you for blessing us, bro.
Thank you very much.
Big up, Bruno, as always. While I try and compose myself, big up to... if it's in the kitchen, it's in the kitchen. It's not in here, though, is it? Okay, go and get it from the kitchen, then. Go and get it from the kitchen, then. Yeah, ask Mummy to get it. Okay, well, I can't do it right now. I'm filming. I'm filming. You know I'm filming. I wouldn't be in here with the light on and the camera on if I wasn't filming. Why do you lot try and start trouble with me when I'm filming? Close it all the way, please. Thank you. Let me compose myself. Big up Bruno for his birthday. Bruno, this is for you, bro. Chris, bruv, this is what I'm saying. Like, he thinks he runs things in his house. Maybe before I had the beard, he ran things, but he don't run anything now. I've got a beard now. You can't come in there and demand stuff. Like, I'm literally the man of the house now. Like, with a beard, like, you can't tell me anything anymore. If I want to cut the electricity off, I'll cut the electricity off. I'll cut the Wi-Fi off. I got a beard now. I've got data on my phone. I need the Wi-Fi. I run things now with a beard. Next caller on. Lesedi. Can you hear me, bro?
Yes, bro. Can you hear me?
I hear you, bro. How are you doing?
I'm all good, man. How are you?
Not too bad, brother. Not too bad.
I just want to say quickly, show's called Kop-Ish, but it's looking it's beard-ish. I don't think we're at that top level yet. You know what I'm saying?
Come on. Might have to change the name of this one. You know, might have to change the name of this one. Let me get you see it. You see it.
We're getting there, man.
I know, man. I know.
I just wanted to ask you, what are your you reckon are the 5 best individual performances? Just quickly off the top of your head.
Of Liverpool or just this
season? This season, yeah. Of Liverpool this season.
Okay, so Trent at Tottenham.
Okay.
6-3.
Yeah.
Salah against Man United away.
Okay.
Nunez against Brentford.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of another 2. Gravenberch. Which Gravenberch? There's been a few Gravenberch games. Gravenberch's Ipswich first game of the season, I thought was immense.
Yeah, it was mega.
Alisson versus PSG away from home.
Oh, I think has to be like probably the top one.
I haven't seen a performance like that from a goalkeeper in my life. Who plays for?
That's one of the best key performances I've ever seen in my life, personally.
Sorry, shout out to SJ. Salah against Newcastle away from home.
That's the one I was about to say. For me, it's Alisson against PSG, Salah versus Newcastle, Van Dijk versus City at home. Actually, City or Real Madrid, because you know it's so funny because Mbappe and Haaland came to Anfield and did fuck all, and then he got cooked by Beto. But anyway, Van Dijk versus PSG.
Crazy, isn't it? That's how life is. How crazy is that?
I didn't get it, bro. I'm like, bro, that missed kick. If Beto scored that, I was deleting all social media, bro. Like I wouldn't have
been crazy.
It was long, bro. And there was so many. For me, I actually can't think. Honestly, Robertson was really good against PSG, in my opinion. Yes, he got skinned a couple times, but overall, I think he was one of the better ones. There was a lot. I can't even think of them off the top of my head. But the reason I wanted to say this was so good, bro. Like, we're actually such a good team. And because we wrapped up the league so early and no one else has anything to talk about, we just get so nitpicky about, this player. We're so good, bro. Can I tell you when I started believing that we could actually do something special this season? It was early. Do you remember Milan away?
Yeah, 3-1.
You see, for me, that was when I'm like, oh, this team is different. Because if you remember, we started the season super well, and then we lose to Forest. Then it's like, new manager, bounce is gone, this and this. And then we go to, Milan are shit, don't get me wrong. But we go to the San Siro, and then Pulisic early goal. I'm like, ooh, maybe we're not as good. And then what happens, bro? We cooked Milan. Yeah, we deep fried Milan, bro. So for me, that's when I'm like, ooh. And then when Saka went down in December, that's when I'm like, we should be winning. Did you have a moment like that this season where it's like, ooh, we're actually serious now?
I'm probably a bit later than you, but when we beat West Ham away from home, that 5-0.
Oh yeah,
I was at the West Ham Stadium for that, and I was nervous going into that game. I went up there to do fan cams, and I think was it 3-0 or 4-0? No, 3-0 at half time.
Yeah,
and we just looked we looked so comfortable, and then the second half, Trent scored the deflected goal, and then Salah came off the bench. Jota came off the bench, and Salah set him up. He ran from the halfway line, and then it was such a complete performance. The only scare we had in that game was when Kudus hit the post. Apart from that, I think they maybe hit the post one more time in that game, but that was when I was like, no, the league's done. And I remember, like, I was up there with shout out to Jerry James and G as well from GTV.
Okay.
I met them up there randomly. And we were just like, the league's done. There's no way Arsenal claw us back from here. They had Saka, who was injured. We had such a points tally. They would have had to have been perfect, and we would have had to have such a massive, sustained drop-off. And I just didn't see it. And you're right. We do nitpick sometimes. I'm guilty of it. I know I am.
No, I mean, we all are. It's a natural thing because there's nothing else to talk about. Because we cooked it, basically. Like, we killed all conversations now. But I just want to remind Liverpool fans that we are really, really good. In my opinion, second best team in the world behind Barca. I'll confidently say.
See,
Even
I don't think I'll go that far. I know this might sound. The reason I wouldn't go that far is because of how PSG played us off the park. So I can't give us that yet. Can't give us second best.
it's the Champions League, bro. I mean, in 2005, were we better than Chelsea?
No, but we wouldn't have said we were the second best team in the world even when we won it, though.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying you can lose to teams worse than you in the Champions League.
No, you're right, but I think the manner in which we lost to PSG, like that first game, bro, should have been about.
That was bad. That was bad. That was bad.
We were like, I've never seen Liverpool have such a smash and grab game in my life.
Yeah, that was
insane. Second game was way more competitive, and then Trent got the injury, and I think that's when we lost control of the game again. But
I know if ifs and buts were candy and nuts, but if Trent, because if you remember, do you see how Trent was playing that second half?
Yeah. Trent stays on, we win that game,
bro. I'm saying, bro. But yeah, we had an amazing team, an amazing season, and for me, I just want us to just not forget how actually good we are, how good we've been this season. Because you've been watching football for longer than me. In the 21st century, have you seen a Newcastle team better than this one?
No.
A Fulham team better than this one? Maybe that won the European thing.
Yeah, maybe a Fulham team.
A Bournemouth team better than this one?
No.
A Brighton team? A Forest team?
No, definitely not Forest. Brighton have always been, they've been good for a little while now, so it's hard to say with Brighton.
But for me, it just shows that this is us being so far is such an anomaly, bro. And I think it's going to continue to be like this. You see, for me, Pep's most unbreakable record is the 4 in a row. Because I don't think, with the way the league is going, with the amount of money and the amount of players, you can't, bro. We are really, really good. And I just want to say to everyone out there, you are witnessing greatness with this Liverpool team. Don't be on the wrong side of history.
Yeah.
Enjoy the parade. I can't wait to see all the fan cams and everything. Enjoy it. Go get very drunk or whatever.
Right. Well, I'm going to be on the apple juice. I don't drink it, so I'm going to be on the apple juice.
Okay, on the apple juice there. Oh, by the way, and tell Tom, Damsgaard. Hear me out on Damsgaard. Hear me out on Damsgaard.
Yeah, I don't have to hear you out. He's a quality footballer.
It's just the injuries are sometimes, but for me, and he's cheap as well, eh? So that's one I wouldn't be like opposed to. But anyway, I love the show. I love the content. Cheers, guys.
Bless you, my bro. Bless you. Big up, let's say the I agree again. I have to agree with him. Again, I know I'm guilty of it. I can't even use the excuse of being a content creator, because even if I'm not online, I'm just speaking to friends and family who are Liverpool fans or even non-Liverpool fans. I do sit there and go, there's a lot of areas we can improve. It's just I strive for perfection with Liverpool. I know it's not achievable to be perfect, but it's what I strive for. It's pretty much in all aspects of life. I know it's not achievable, but I strive for it. And I just think Liverpool are on the cusp of something special. I know we've just almost completed the feat, which is special, with Slot winning it in his first season. But I want us to, just like Paul said earlier, an earlier call, Paul said, I don't want us to sleep on this. I want us to improve on where we are now. Because if we improve on what we're doing, imagine how great we become then. So I hope that happens in the summer. I hope we do what we need to do, because I genuinely believe if we have a better summer than Arsenal, I think we go back to back and we win it again next season. So, right. I haven't spoken to this man in a while. It's been a minute. The star of this show, in my opinion, the one, the only Chris Angel in the building. Chris, you there, my bro?
What's good?
Come on. Oh, you're in the beer gang too? Yeah, I see. Oh, I see it. I see it.
Yeah, you know, I started eating the pom pom and stuff, so it started growing in and shit. You know what I mean?
No comment. No.
You know what I mean, you gotta please. You know what I mean? You gotta eat it all. You know what I mean? You gotta eat the feet. You gotta suck the toes too and shit, the corns and stuff. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's not even 9 p.m. here. It's not even watershed, bro.
That's crazy. My bad. For all my virgins out there, my bad. What's up, brother? How's it been? It's been a long time, man.
I know, it's been too long, man. How are you and the family, bro?
We good, man. We good. Ethan is 12 now.
12?
Yeah. He's my wife's 5'4". He's taller than my wife right now.
Jeez.
Yeah. Nicholas just turned 9 in April. So yeah, man, we're doing good, man.
You got men in the house now. They know
man.
They can fend for themselves now.
Yeah, man. I got them driving me around nowadays, now, man. I'm too old. This shit, I can't see. But how's you? How's the family, man?
They're all right, man. Stevie's gonna be 6 next month. Robbie's still 3, and then Alonso's 1. Bro, no one warned me about having a little girl, bro. Alonso, she's the most loving in the house, but she's also the most crazy as well.
Outside and shit, she be acting up.
Bro, yeah, like not with me. Like she loves me. Like we're cool. Like,
right, that's nice.
But like she gives my missus hell. Like
Word?
I know it's bad, but it's just us here, innit? I kind of like it, bro, because you see how the boys treat me, innit? Like I needed some backup in this house, and I've got it now. Like she's my little soldier. She holds it down for me. But the other two, I told you, they love my missus. They tolerate me. The big difference. Whereas my daughter, she loves me, bro. I'll walk through the door and she runs to me and gives me a hug. But Stevie doesn't even look up sometimes at me.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, Robbie will come over.
That's all those years of you sending them to do chores and washing dishes and shit. You know what I mean?
You gotta learn some way, bro, innit? Like, it is what it is.
That's crazy.
They gotta learn.
Nah, we haven't spoken in a long time.
I know, man. It's been a minute. That's my fault, actually. I was meant to call you a while ago.
No, that's my fault too. But I'm still in the medical field. But now, I'm working to become an occupation surgeon. So, so like 4 weeks ago, I did my first joint fusion. So that was pretty cool.
Oh, you gotta break this down for me. What's a joint fusion, bro? Because that sounds crazy.
Yeah. I operated on somebody and shit. So it was pretty cool. And yeah, I've been doing that, you know.
But what does a joint fusion?
Recreating joints and stuff and attaching them, pretty much.
So like hips and stuff.
Nah, joints. Hips are different. Like,
so what's a hip then?
A hip's a hip. A joint, like the joint, the muscle, bro.
So you talk about like elbows and wrists and stuff like that.
The joint. The joint consists of ligaments.
Bro, muscle. I'm a novice in this, bro. I have no idea what we're doing. Like, so, all right. So, say for example, so it's like ACL surgery then, or is that different?
Yeah, yes and no and stuff.
Okay.
Yes and no.
So, what surgery did you do?
Ankle.
Oh, that sounds like that would have been a mad one.
Yeah, but I wasn't the one. I wasn't like I was third hand, so it wasn't me opening. I like assisted pretty much. I say I did it just to kind of like people hype me up and shit, but I was like third hand and shit. So like
you're still in the room though, like you're needed.
Yeah, I was in the room and stuff. I handed utensils and shit and stuff. I closed up, which is pretty cool, but I wasn't really in there and stuff. I say I did, but you know, just to get more cheeks and stuff at home and stuff. You know what I mean? I mean, my wife, shit, it was amazing that day. I came home, I was like a king and shit. So, you know? But, hey, man, it is what it is, though.
Nah, that sounds good, man. That really does sound good. I can't lie.
But what are you thinking about Liverpool, man? You happy and stuff? Or?
Yeah, I'm over the moon, bro. I can't wait until Sunday. And then from there, I can't wait until the parade, man. Like, I've wanted this all my life. Look, when we won it in 2020, obviously none of us.
Oh yeah, you get to actually experience it and shit.
Yeah, none of us could go anywhere or do anything. I remember I think I was at my mum's house when like Chelsea beat Man City and made it official, and I'm in my mum's house shouting and screaming, and she's looking at me like, "You don't live here anymore to be shouting and screaming. Like, what are you doing?" Whereas now, I know I'm going to be up there for the parade. I'm going to get to meet other Liverpool fans. I'm going to meet some of you guys.
How far is the drive? You driving out there? You flying and stuff?
So we're not sure what we're doing to get up there yet, but it's a lot. If we're to drive, we're looking at about 4.5, 5 hours.
All the super chats, you got to get a yacht, bro.
Boy, Drifty promised the yacht, not me, innit?
Like, okay.
You know, even though I might say bad things about them, I am FSG in real life. I don't know about no yacht. I gotta be real with you. Just saying. That's
Don't
Drifty.
worry,
That's
bro. I'll
Drifty.
send the IRS to Drifty and stuff. So, you know what I mean? They don't fuck with
That's
your accounts
Drifty's
and stuff.
remit. That's Drifty's remit. But yeah, so it's a long drive for us. We're looking at about 4.5, 5 hour drive up there, and then same on the way back.
Oh damn,
No,
that's tough.
we got to get there, man. We got to.
So we selling Nunez or what, man?
Yeah, I think we will. I think
You
it's
ready to
time
say it
now.
in front of everybody? Because I know sometimes you be a little scared and stuff to talk about certain subjects and stuff.
What about Nunez? Well, Drift ain't here, bro, so I can speak. Oh, the Ends is in the chat though, so I can't speak completely freely. I'll be honest.
It's time to move on certain players, though. You know, realistically speaking, you know.
All right, who else have you got on the list?
Who, me?
Yeah,
Everybody.
I know you. Yeah. you're ruthless.
Everybody got to go, man. Oh, nah. For me, I've come to the realization Trent, he can go. You know, it's gonna bother me a little bit, but he's moving kind of weird for me, so he can go. Diaz can go as well. Nunez can go as well. Jota can go as well. Midfield's pretty set. They can stay. I had my speculations over Szoboszlai, but he's kind of grown into the role a little bit. He does have his like brain farts here and there.
Yeah,
he can stay though. He just got married, so you know moving will be expensive for him, so he can stay another year. Defense stays the same, I think. I'm not sure whether to keep Simicast or Robertson, but you got to keep one, right? So it's either or.
Who would you keep out of the two?
I'll sell both. That's just me, though.
Yeah, no, I would as well. Well, you know we ain't doing that though.
I guess you keep Robertson for leadership. I guess. But if that was the case, you could have just kept Milner. But it is what it is, though.
Klopp tried.
Huh?
Klopp tried.
Tried. And that's it. I think. I'm kind of like I'm like looking forward to the summer, man. Seeing new faces. Hopefully we recruit well and we push on and we go for 21. So,
yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I'm with you. So with the Nunez thing, obviously I'm going to speak openly and freely about it now because it looks like he will be moving on.
Yo, is Nat Phillips still in the books, man? We gotta let him go, man.
Yeah,
this is death row. What's going on?
Yeah,
here,
man? I know.
Let that poor man go.
Yeah, he got into a 360 deal, literally, innit? So
that's crazy, man.
Yeah, we ain't letting him out. The Nunez one, I know I'm speaking it. Well, I don't think I'm speaking in hindsight, but I'm going to get accused of it, which is fair enough. When we first signed him, I think if anyone watches Kop-Ish or watched Kop-Ish back then, they'll know I was never on board with the signing. I never understood the signing. I understood that we wanted to change from going from a false 9 into a traditional 9. But him as a player, I never understood why everyone was just thinking it was going to be a successful match.
Big up to the Beijing Red TV, but I used to say I was joking around, but I kind of like I said, yo, make Nunez the new Joe Linton and stuff.
That'd have been bad, man.
It looks messy, but I'm like, hey, man.
Shall I tell you what? The difference between Joe Linton, Joe Linton had other areas of his game. Like Joe Linton actually had decent hold-up play. He had all the other stuff to be. He just couldn't score goals because he couldn't get into the right positions and he wasn't that composed in front of goal. Nunez just has always looked erratic to me. And shall I tell you what it is? YouTube compilations, they can make anyone look good. What I've started doing though is when I see strikers in particular, I look at the types of goals they score and I ask myself, if you put a better goalkeeper in front of that shot, does that shot go in? And when I was watching Nunez's highlights, I kept on saying, yeah, like I'm looking at this, I'm going, a better goalkeeper saves that. And I felt that for like 80% of his goals. So I was like, if you put him in the Premier League and a mid-table goalkeeper is going to save that shot. So I don't see how he's going to go up a level. And the fact that he's regressed every season since he's been here is the most concerning thing for me. Because every season there was an excuse. The first season was he can't speak English and he's coming to a rubbish team. The second season was, he's going to cook this season, but you know things haven't worked out for him and this, that, and the other. And then this season,
new manager
on the slot. Yeah, he's
New
going to cook
manager,
under
yeah.
the floor. Because I think, again, everyone forgets at the beginning of the season, everyone was doing like predicted 11s and predicted this, predicting that, saying, yeah, Nunez is definitely starting. He's a slot striker. And I'm like, no, he's not. Like, when you traditionally look at the strikers slots had, he's not a slot striker. Even when people talk about like Julian Alvarez and players like that, I don't think that's a slot striker. Alvarez is a very good
I
footballer.
want him though. Like Alvarez that's a winner right there, man.
I think he's good. I think he's been a part of a winning. I think he's been part of winning teams, but I don't think he's ever
Nah,
been the
okay, but he
vital
was
cog.
he was except Man City because you got Haaland there, but he was a stellar player. He was, I think, there at the time, if I remember correctly. I'm too old. I don't remember anymore the past, but for River Plate, he was the player in River Plate.
So was Gabriel Jesus in Palmeiras as well.
Palmeiras
Yeah.
at the time, yeah. But I don't know. I just think I think if it wasn't for Holland being in City, Alvarez would still be there and he'll be cooking. I think.
Can I ask you a genuine question? I know
So
Mamouche hasn't been there for long. What was Alvarez doing that's different to what Mamouche is doing at City?
Marmoush, you talking about the Egyptian player that they have right
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. I didn't. I don't know much of him because I didn't watch I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say he's great because I don't really watch football like that anymore like that.
Hmm.
But numbers, I think it was decent in Germany, right? Well, he had
Yeah. Oh, very good.
this was his first good season, right?
Yeah,
If I'm
this was his
correct, right?
breakout season. Yeah.
I don't know. I think because of what I see, Alvarez won in the Copa America, in the World Cup. He's a winner.
Yeah. He's a
You
winner.
can't
Like,
teach that.
don't get me wrong. I want to make
you-
it clear. If we signed Alvarez, I'm not going to be sitting here on a stream and being upset, Like, I'll be over the moon. I just think that the hype has just got a bit too much for what he's producing on a weekly basis, in my opinion.
What's his stats, man?
His stats this season, let me have a look.
He's I know his. If I'm correct, right? The chat can correct me if I'm wrong. I think his Champions League record, like his goal scoring record, is pretty decent. I think, if I'm correct.
So this season in the league, he's got 15 in 33 with 2 assists, so 17 GA in 33.
Okay.
And in the Champions League, he's got 7 goals and 1 assist, so 8 GA in the Champions League.
You gonna tell me you don't want that and stuff?
No, but I look at 15 goals in the league, and that doesn't blow me away.
But I don't think he's the number one option though.
But Atletico are one of the top teams in that league, and that just doesn't blow me away.
But then also you got to think about the style too, because Atletico is more defensive. If I don't know if they've changed up, but they're known to be more defensive. So you're not going to expect more goals from them, right? Or I don't know.
I hear it, but I look at 15 goals in the league. Like, remember, Atleti have played with Griezmann, who's often got more than that. Who else have they had there? I don't know. Was Simeone there with Forlan?
I don't know. I don't know, but I think people don't talk about. I think Atletico Madrid have the medicine. Has the water's different out there when it comes to
they know how to
nourishing
produce
strikers. Strikers. Yeah, I don't know what it is over there, but
it's insane.
Yeah, because the list goes on for days. But to be honest, I know I'm taking up too much time, and sorry for the people in the back. The striker market isn't all that great though.
It's not. It's not at all. Scary, actually.
It is because like the guy we're being linked with, the French kid, the French kid from the Bundesliga. He's expensive. They're asking for like what 100 M's or something.
Yeah, he's very hit and miss.
That's a risk.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's gonna happen, but hopefully they do their research and they bring in a player that scores goals. I don't know, man.
Yeah, same. I'm hoping that the data just does what it does and we make it work. Because one thing I will say is anytime a player comes to Liverpool, we do usually improve said player as well. So again, if we got Alvarez, I don't think Alvarez will happen because he just moved last season. But if we did get him, I'd be over the moon. But I don't see us getting Isak either. We're going to have to go that tier below and then hope that we can build that player up to being world class.
I don't know. So we need a striker that scores what, 1 in 3?
I'd say 1 in 2.
That's you got to pay a lot of money for 1 and 2, though.
I know. It's where we're at now, though, isn't it? Salah's not even 1 and 2. Salah's is like 1 and 1.2. So like, Salah's just crazy. But if we can get, because I genuinely believe, if we get a very good striker, it'll actually give more leeway to Salah, and I actually think it'll improve Salah's game as well, because I don't think he'll be as pressured during the game either.
Or should we go back? That's the thing too. Should we go back to the false 9? Probably not. We kind of grew out of that, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But the market's not all that great. You're gonna have to give someone a chance. So I think whoever we bring in, no one's gonna be happy. I think is this one of those positions. I think whoever we bring in the summer, some of the fan base ain't gonna like it. Some will. It's just one of those positions, I think.
Yeah. I the reason why I don't want to go back to the false 9s is because I don't think we have penetrative wingers like Salah and Mane. They'd make like out to in runs, and they'll do that regularly throughout the games. They'd almost cross over at certain points. I don't think Salah's that type of player anymore. Salah's a more ball to feet player now. And Gakpo and Diaz aren't that type of player. Plus, I don't think teams give us space in behind like they used to either. So
I think the other teams are getting a lot better too. The other teams in the league, they're getting a lot better. So
yeah, completely agree.
That's all I have to say. Sorry for taking up so much time.
No, it's a pleasure as always, man.
Yeah, man. Take care of yourself.
You too, bro.
All right, brother.
We
take care.
Catch up. We'll definitely catch up as well.
Yeah. All right.
Bless you, bro.
All right.
Big up Chris Angel as always. Guys, if you haven't already, please do smash that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel as well. Got a couple supers here. Shout out to Rosa, says, Cal, not gonna lie, Rosa. I have a better beard than you. Is this what we're doing, Rosa? I didn't see you as one of the haters, Rosa. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see you as one of the haters. It's cool. It's cool. I'll take it on the chin, literally. It's cool, Rosa. It's cool. I didn't have you as one of the haters, Rosa. That surprises me. But you know what they say? People change up on you when you become successful. The beard's becoming successful. People are changing up on me. Happens in life. It happens. Shout out to Alex George. He says, Cal, you gonna get BBO when you go Turkey soon? No, I'm not gonna get a BBO. I'm not getting a BBO to impress anyone. Definitely not. So no, definitely won't be doing that, bro. Right, let's get our next caller in. Ahmed, are you there, bro?
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you, bro. How you doing?
I'm great.
What you got for us this evening, brother?
I'm a big fan, Callum.
Hold on. Say that. Continue. This sounds like Hassan. Hassan, is that you?
Hello?
Hassan, is that you?
Hello?
Hassan, is that you?
Can you add Jacob, please?
Is this Jacob, yeah?
Hey Cal, you good, man?
These must be the two worst American accents I've heard in my life. Let's do it then. Ahmed, Jacob, how you guys doing today? What are we saying?
I'm good, my friend. I'm good.
Jacob, what part of America are you from?
Surprise!
I have no fucking idea what I was gonna say then. Oh my god. Sammy talking like one sentence before the normal accent just came out.
Tommy, you want to know the problem? He started fucking laughing, bro. My first sentence was perfect, but then he starts laughing, man. And then I fucking ruined it.
Oh my days, you two tried it.
Oh my god. How are we, Callum, lad?
You finally made it onto a calling show, boys. What are we saying, boys?
Yeah, big up, man. This is the type of show you wanted to invite me and Tom on. You get me?
I know.
Alongside Bruno's incredible singing. Big up Bruno in the chat. You get me, Paul. Shout out to him. Me and Tom have just been messaging like how fucking long till he adds us, bro. Like, we've been waiting for fucking half an hour. This guy's just catching up with his friend talking about, you know, their relationship with their wife and shit.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Look, you got
God.
me spilling water and everything.
I wish you didn't laugh. If you just did not laugh, I would.
Were you laughing when I was asking you questions?
Yes, because I was a fucking mute, bro.
When you first started speaking, I was like, no, that sounds familiar.
The first two sentences you couldn't guess. No one guessed.
First, but then that's why I started laughing because I was like, that's what's
Like,
up.
oh.
Tom,
When he
that
started laughing,
American
as soon as
accent.
he laughed, I was done.
I can't do accents. I just ran with the most stereotypical fucking thing I could think of.
But I just want to know what part of America the accent's from, bro. Like,
No idea. No idea.
It's just so you can't find
I
us,
played Red
you
Dead
know?
Redemption 2, so I tried to grab something off that.
oh,
Oh God, what
Yeah.
a moment. So how are you, Callum? We want to talk.
I'm good. I'm good, Sam. How are you, bro?
I'm great, brother. I want to ask you, who's your most favorite member of Kopish and least favorite member of Kopish?
Yeah.
Oh, Jamie's my favorite. And then I'd probably say my least favorite is Matt and Drift equally. But Jamie's my favorite, hands down.
How the fuck can you sit on the fence even on a question like that?
Yeah, fucking hell, man.
I despise Matt and Drift equally. Like Jamie's just top tier. But I reckon if you
I don't
ask
think it's
them the
possible
same,
to
they're
hate someone equally.
Nah, shall I tell you what it is?
Tell me.
I think me, Matt and Drift are so different that it just blends in it. It just blends. I don't know how it blends. It just seems to blend. It's like you and Tom, polar opposites. But look how well the dynamic is.
I don't think you guys are that much different, by the way.
I'd say we are.
I think you and Matt are quite similar.
Yeah.
Drift is the one that, opinions-wise, is quite different. But you
So
and Matt
here's the
seem to end
thing.
up agreeing on a fair amount.
Here's a killer.
Drift is like completely different when it comes to opinions.
When it comes to football opinions, me and Drift disagree more than me and Matt disagree. When it comes to everything else, me and Drift agree more and me and Matt disagree more. Literally, it's just football where me and Drift seem to disagree on stuff. Everything else we pretty much agree on. Food, drinks, apart from alcohol, because Drift drinks, I don't drink. But like everything, like me and Drift agree on so many things outside of Liverpool and football. But when it's me and Matt, like when it comes to food, obviously you guys know Matt loves his food, so I tread very carefully when we talk about food and all that with Matt. But we disagree on everything outside of football.
Do you actually really rate like Cinnabon that highly, or like do you overdo it?
No,
I'm not even coming to insult.
You like trying to do it just because Matt really likes it and you don't want to piss him off?
No, Matt doesn't. Matt's only just got onto so it's Drifty. When it comes to like desserts and cakes and stuff, Drifty's like he's like R9 level.
Wow.
Like if Drift recommends like a cake or like a sweet or something like that, I'm like, yeah, Drift, I'm gonna try it because you've recommended it because his track record is unmatched. But Matt's never really been someone who's got a sweet tooth, so Matt will downplay a lot of these things, and it winds me up because I'm just like, you don't understand like the joy that we get from eating these foods, and he just
No, I get the joy from eating dessert, but is Cinnabon actually that good?
It's brilliant, bro. But
Like you think about it, it's pastry essentially with a grey sauce on top of it that's sweet.
No, don't do that. So see, this
Well,
is
there's so much
Matt
better
does, bro.
desserts, Callum. Like
This is
cheesecake is a better dessert.
This is the stuff Matt does. This is what he does.
Cookie dough ice cream.
All right, so I can't just eat a tub of ice cream without anything else. I have to have ice cream.
Molten lava cake.
Yeah.
Brownie with ice cream on it.
Right, I've literally got that in the kitchen at the moment.
See, there you go.
That's for me. But brownies and ice cream is like that's something you should always. You see how you've got like I don't know coffee in the house if anyone visits and stuff like that, or water in the fridge. I've got brownies and ice cream just in case. Like that's a go-to if there's nothing else there. But I wouldn't go crazy.
I'd say brownies and ice cream is slightly different to water. You know, the thing that's needed to keep us living.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Right.
very different.
Maybe in the
More
priority
calories.
scale, it should be like 1 or 2 notches below the thing that if we're without for 3 days, we die.
I mean, but you can go 3 days without water if you have juice.
Oh my god, that's so horrible.
You know,
Whoa,
I'm with
whoa.
Matt here. You know what Matt was
You're
telling you to
supposed
get
to
off
drink
all
like
that stuff?
1 liter of water a day at least. So what, you're gonna drink 1 liter of juice a day?
No, I get through 2 liters of water a day minimum. But I'm saying I could live with juice. Obviously, it's not good for you, but I could just live on juice.
First of all, I want to big up the Kop-Ish community. Number one, this show was on 98 live viewers. It's now on 320. Big up to you, Tom. You get me, and you.
What we do, it's what we do.
Bringing in the viewers for Kop-Ish.
That's
Second
why
of
I wanted
all,
us on this show, Hassam. You were just looking at the
Rosamunde is
demographics of the
100%
show.
correct.
You two
I can bet everything that she probably has a longer beard than Callum. He's out here trying to flex his beard. His beard is like 3 strands of hair here. Like
You're the one
he's
person that
40 years
you,
old.
yeah, I can't say anything back to you with your beard.
Come on. Third of all, just so the Kop-Ish community knows, the backstory of the collaboration between us, chat.
Don't do this.
No, but I'm gonna be honest.
We'll give the back.
Genuinely, I'm not even exaggerating. I won't even add any extra spices to the story.
Yeah.
Me and Callum weren't doing weekly shows or anything, but every time we did a stream together, at the end, and Tom will vouch, he's the witness, he would end as soon as we end the stream and everyone's about to go on with their day. He's like, I've got to get you both on Kop-Ish. I promise you, guys, I swear I'm not even exaggerating. Callum, if he's saying the truth, will tell you. He's said, I've got to get you guys on Kop-Ish minimum 50 times, 60 times. No exaggeration.
Every show you do with him on the panel, it'd be a, yo, that was great. I've got to get you on Kopish at some point.
Exactly.
I'll
He literally has
Kopish.
said that same exact statement a million times, bro. And then Drifty comes in. Drifty don't give a shit. Drifty's like, we're gonna schedule it. Let's go. I don't get what this guy. And the reason why he didn't want to schedule it on a Friday night, chat, is because of the Kop-Ish call-in show. Can you imagine? This guy wanted me and Tom to call in after building our YouTube careers. Tom gets paid now. Tom is an icon on Twitter. I get paid. I've got 50k subscribers, alhamdulillah. He wants to get me on the call-in show, chat. Can you imagine the level of disrespect?
No, I didn't say
Go
that.
on, Tom. Let Tom speak, because you're very rude to your guests. Go ahead.
You forgot that when we first set up Friday's work for us, you went, ooh, we got call-in shows, can't do that. We got call-in shows.
Yeah, we got call-in
and then we sat there and went, well, surely you can like move the call-in show. And no.
Yeah.
Listen, do you want to come on the call-in show? We'll do it on that. I'm sitting there going, you get like a prime time spot on the Hassam channel here, and we're getting relegated to the call-in show with 5 minutes.
And you don't know when he disrespected us even more. Kufarat Scalia. He just sends me a StreamYard link. Imagine. Like
That's
no big ups. Do you have
this
any
guy
time? I need
literally
just
just-
StreamYard link.
I'm like, Callum, why are you talking about transfers? His immediate response is,
and it was a
"Shall I send you the
celebration
link?"
stream. At the time, it was a celebration stream. And I was like, my boy Hassam, he's
Yes.
messaging me.
Celebration with him reporting on transfers. Okay, mate. Yeah. We celebrated him
Yourself.
moving to PSG half an hour later. What a celebration. What a
Celebration though. Maybe Carl's a closet PSG fan. Maybe that's why the shirt's in the background. That's what that stream was. He was celebrating with some music could like twist the curse in some way.
No,
Well, you know,
Exactly, Scraps. Harvey Elliott minutes with the egg timer. Exactly. That's literally what it was. It's Harvey Elliott minutes. You know?
we were gonna be getting we get like the occasional endo. We get like 10 minutes.
Shout out to Drifty for making this happen. Big up Drifty.
Yeah, Drift just went in there. He was.
Can you be honest now and genuinely tell the people about the whole? I've got to get you guys on Kopish. Can you be an honest man of integrity and honor? We're gonna mute our mics, but say the truth. I'll only unmute this if you lie. Okay?
Cool. Fair enough.
Here.
So Hassam's right. We started doing Hassam's show on a Tuesday afternoon. If you guys know, you'll know. 1:30 p.m. Before he says anything, I've been late to his show once, and I was 45 minutes late, and that's because I had overslept because I was trying to take a nap to revitalize myself because I was on streaming with Monts until 5 in the morning. Then I had to do school run, so I barely had any sleep. I digress. As I was saying, I would say to them at the end of each show, yes, I'm going to get you on Kopish. The reason why I never made any promises is because you guys know in terms of scheduling, how difficult our scheduling is. And I didn't want to say to them, yeah, guys, we're going to do it this day every week. And then, you know, not live up to my word. Anyone will know the Call-In show used to be a weekly show. and it's now gone down to once a month. As someone who takes pride in, you know, keeping shows going, etc., I didn't want us to lose the Kall-In show because I thought that would be unfair on some of you guys who look forward to it. That being said, we originally did the show on a Thursday, and now we've moved to a Friday, and God willing, the show continues from now until the end of time. Hassam, Tom, did I explain that correctly?
Yeah,
You did.
for the most part.
You did. I'm glad he finally owned up to it, and he finally admitted the fact that he's the one that said, "I've got to get you on Kop-Ish, but 10,000 different times, no exaggeration." And you know, here we are.
Do you remember Hassam? Do you remember the first time that he said he had like a date?
The thing that annoys me is me and Tom keeps bigging up Kopish like everywhere we go, like pound for pound, best Liverpool channel, everything. And we had to fight for our life to get a fucking weekly. Can you imagine? This guy had a golden ticket, me and Tom on a stream, and he's trying to think to move the Kall-In show.
No. So I'd say because again, I understand you guys have got busy schedules as well. So I didn't want to be like, yeah, we're gonna
that's old chestnut.
No, honestly.
That one, even though we sat there the moment Drift starts to organise it when here's the time that we can do, you know.
Yeah, he said
message.
Drift put into the atmosphere. I organised it though. Let's call it.
You did organize nothing. What do you mean you organized it? Why are you trying to claim credit?
The first time we came on Kopish was 4 months after the first. Listen, guys, I've got to get you on Kopish after this.
Yeah.
4 months later.
And I did that.
No, you did not do that.
It took
Drift
Matt
did
joining
that.
the Tuesday show. It took Matt joining the Tuesday show. And then Drift stepping in for an episode and going, why have you not sourced it yet? Right. Can you do that date? Yeah, that works. Right, we'll do it. We got Cal meanwhile on his phone going, ooh. Let me check my calendar, see if I can fit it in.
No, but out of the guys,
he's like, I've got to check the schedule. You want to know the first time what he did to us? Tom will be my witness. Wait, Callum, because you're under scrutiny right now. Tom, you remember when he wanted to schedule us to a show a month before? Remember this?
Yeah.
That legitimately happened, chat. He fully looked at his calendar and he tried to schedule me and Tom literally.
He tried to pencil in a month in advance.
Yeah. that one was on me. I can't lie.
Sitting there going, lad, I don't know what I've got going on in 2 weeks' time. I'm not gonna.
I
got to stop for a month.
That one's on me. That one's on me. But look, we made it happen. We made it happen.
Yeah, we did make it happen. And to be honest with you, I do love the members of the Kop-Ish community. I think this community is absolutely elite. I think the people in the comment section are absolutely elite, including Scraps, because he didn't say, even though he did subscribe to Kmac channel. Poor Kmac. He told me I subscribe to everyone on the panel except Kmac and Tom Little. I'm like, you know what? 50% accuracy.
What? A subscription to me is a wasted one at the minute,
I
isn't
was going to say, it doesn't even make a difference for you.
It doesn't even make any difference. But regardless, I do love this community. Obviously, we're going to let the people in the background who actually want to call in. This was planned. If this guy did not laugh, I promise you we could have fooled him for like fucking 2 minutes at least. But he laughed. And as soon as he laughed, I was done. My first 2 sentences were like, hello? Can you hear me? He did not. I promise you, go watch the replay. He did not figure it out.
I caught it. The moment you started laughing, Sam, I caught it.
Yeah, I just
started laughing. Then, like the next 3 words was just Sam speaking. Yeah. And everyone just went, hold on a second.
Yeah, we got done dirty. But anyway, big up to everyone in the chat. Make sure you guys are like this, subscribing. Hope we give you a fun moment. Big up to everyone in the background. Apologies for making you wait a bit more. So yeah, big up.
Blame these two. Now, big up, boys. Enough love, yeah.
Big up.
You see, guys, they troll me just as much as I troll them. But they're our brothers, man. Big up to Tom. Big up to Sam. Right, gonna bring on another person. I've not spoken to this person in ages. Love speaking to this person. Always get great insights. Always got great stories. And is one of the most healthy and fittest people I know. Shout out to the one and only M. Tarmizi in the building. Come on. Oh, you shaved the hair, bro.
Yeah, yeah, brother.
I see you're in Beard Gang as well. I see it.
Hey,
I'm not gonna lie. It seems like I'm having an influence on everyone in the Kopish community. I grow a beard, everyone else grows a beard. I get it, man. I get it. I rate it.
I just got back from Saudi, pilgrimage.
Oh, beautiful, man.
Yeah. It's one of those humbling experience, whatnot. Shout out to Hussam.
Yeah,
my Aki over there, and Tom as well, and of course the other callers. Yeah, man, it's been some months of not just football but all things life and whatnot. Being rational now, being more calm, more relaxed. Although we are in the driving seat, just 1 point away from clinching after a number of years of hurt, shall I say. But yeah, I'm trying to be composed as Allison, shall I say? Just to get that Alcantara rank rating, on top of all things. Not to go dilly, but just go straight to the question that I have in mind. There was one that I'm quite intrigued, and I'd like to know your thoughts of it, because you mentioned about Harry Kane and Jamie Vardy early on, that I've been listening, I've been tuning in. It's one of the questions that posed to Gary Neville by, is it Peter Drury? Because normally they had those post Sky interviews.
Yeah.
And it was about Vardy, because he's leaving Leicester, innit? And that question was, if you're Jamie Vardy, like, what would you do next? But that was before his announcement leaving Leicester. So if you're that kind of great servant of the club, you've been winning title beforehand, then now like Leicester, they got relegated, in it. What would you do? Like, if there's European clubs knocking the door next day, would you take it and then play for a season in Europe, shall I say? But a bit player, like a cameo here and there, or probably like clubs in domestic, maybe not Championship, but Premier League, probably like Brighton or Palace. This is just hypothetical, innit? Or go to Saudi for the bag. So which one of them ones that would you decide your next decision making?
It's crazy. It's crazy you say this. So what's crazy about this? I was actually speaking. Me and my barber were speaking about this yesterday. My barber's a Liverpool fan. Shout out to Vinny. He it's a tricky one because Vardy's no spring chicken now. What is he? 37 or something along. So I don't know if he gets a move to like one of the bigger Europe. Like if he was maybe like 32, I'd be like, Liverpool should be looking at him. Arsenal will probably be looking at him as a backup striker or a striker who could fill in and rotate. At 37, I don't think he gets another move to a big Premier League team. I think he could maybe get a move to one of the new promoted teams. But again, is he going to want to be involved in another potential relegation battle? I don't think anyone in Europe offers him anything of note. I mean, maybe Bayern Munich look at him and go, maybe a backup to Harry Kane, maybe at stretch. Otherwise, yeah, I think he could easily go to Saudi or even the MLS.
Yeah,
I think he's got enough name value to go to MLS as well. The thing is, I'm so guilty of this. I'm just like, yeah, he can go Saudi or MLS, but he'd be uprooting his family and literally taking them from this country to a completely new country and culture, whether that be Saudi or America. So sometimes that's difficult in the decision to make as well. Because I think that's why Rice probably didn't want to leave London, and why it was so easy for Arsenal to get him, because he didn't want to uproot his family too much. But if I'm Vardy, given what he's given to the game and to the Premier League at 38 years old, I'd probably go Saudi and make as much money as possible.
Yeah,
what would you do, bro?
I mean, it's a tough decision, because at the end of the day, I don't want to relate this to fitness, but sometimes when you listen to your body and probably another good season, maybe you can offer with your physical prowess. I mean, with Vardy, because his pace is not that he used to be with the threats that he posed. But sometimes, some players listen to, like they have those specialists in terms of nutritionists and those what do you call that, the fitness guru and whatnot that they hire, right?
Yeah.
So it depends on the player. But for me, myself, I suppose maybe I'll go to Saudi, just because because I look at the region, I look at the league. They're not getting those players that are already at their twilight, but some players like Duran, and even at one time Gabi Vega that we were linked with, the Spaniard.
Yeah.
Those kind of players that they're trying to attract those that prospect, shall I say. So probably like going there just to not just the back, but try to see what's the culture like in terms of moving from England to to the Gulf region, to the Middle East.
Yeah.
There are other non-financial reasons why some players just go, just intrigue, and then like some players do tend leave after a season, maybe just for whatever reason, like whether it's family, whether it's homesickness and whatnot. Different players have different reasons, but I'll be the same. I'll go to Saudi, of course. Like you just never know, in it.
Yeah. I would do the same.
Yeah,
I'd go to Saudi at this point.
True. Like I think most would take that as the next decision making.
Yeah.
For the bag in it. But another one that I have is with Sunday looming, and it's just as I said, 1 point away from the promised land, getting that number 20. The one thing that I look forward is, apart from the bus parade that you guys are gonna go, that would be some vibe, is the medal presentation. And apart from slot and the stuff, like big kudos, extra credit to them with the how they the tactics, and in terms of trying to get players fit week in, week out, right? In terms of the players, which one of them, when you see them receiving the medals, that you would feel, oh yeah, that gets me, like that really hit me in terms of for whatever reason, it's just the backstory and back context. I'll give you mine first before you give yours. I would say, maybe because I'm biased, because I'm Asian, and there's the connection. It's Endo.
Yeah.
The way he came into the club, most of the fan base, most of our fan base, not a lot of us, the majority, know about this brother right here, and he's an unsung hero, like should I say Lucas? He reminds me of Lucas in a way, not just because of the way his football position, because he can play, like he can fit into the defensive backline roles, whether it's right back, whether it's center back at times, but he has no complaints and everything, and the manner about even last summer, to the extent he was about to leave, there's that report suggesting that was thinking, or the transfer committee was thinking of getting some feedback, shall I say, some money, but it didn't turn out. So I think, and he's a boyhood club. I mean, he's a boyhood fan, just like Elliot, and coming from Asia, it's not easy to have that sort of transition.
Yeah.
So I'll give Endo in the for my answer. Of course, there are other shouts, like even Darwin, to the extent, like the backlash that the fan base gave.
Yeah.
But Endo is right up there for me.
Oh, for me, I don't know if I could just limit it to one. I know you asked one. I'm trying to think. But my favorite player is obviously Alisson. So that one's going to feel nice seeing him get it. Virgil, because of the constant debates online about him being ranked as one of the best centre backs in Premier League history, and that the rebuttal's always, oh, he's only got one Premier League to show for it. Salah, because he's a player for me who deserves way more than 2 Premier League trophies. The one that's going to hit it for me, though, is probably McAllister.
Okay.
McAllister's
never expect that coming from you. I mean,
yeah, Mac's my guy, man. Like, when we signed McAllister, I sat there and I was like, okay, good player, but I weren't going crazy over the sign. I was like, okay, I want to see what else we do. But like, within the first couple months, like Mac he is such a good footballer. I think we sleep on, because we see him and he plays for us, we sleep on just how good McAllister is. He's a phenomenal footballer. I'm still not in the camp of saying he's the best centre midfielder in the world or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
But for Liverpool, he's so good, and he's so consistent as well. Seeing him get that Premiership medal is gonna feel good. It's gonna be free. That's probably the one that's really gonna hit me, because I'm like, he come from Brighton, came for 35 mil. Yeah, that's not fun. And off the back of winning the World Cup as well.
Yeah,
and the Copa America. Yeah, big up to McAllister, man. That's the one I'm gonna really go like, yeah, he's the guy.
The one thing I should say before I jump on is, I think Mac-10 has a low key. He has this a winner mentality, but he doesn't show. He doesn't express his emotions on that.
Yeah,
but low key he has this. He's very. Sometimes I'd see his the way he conducts himself. There's this his temperament somewhere, like the body language, but he just it's just not very subtle, shall I say? But you could just tell from like when you play football, you could just sense the presence. So I think I second that. But I thought you would say like someone like probably like players who have the stick and the backlash, like even Robo to the extent, or Simicas. Some of these bit players like appeared on cameos and more often than being a regular as a starter. Yeah. Let's say like even the chat Joey G to the extent,
Yeah, I love Joey G, but for me, like I look at this team and I think if you take McAllister out of this team, I don't think we get close to the league. Like he just keeps everything ticking over. I love Joey G, but Mac just keeps us ticking over, and I think Mac's been a bit of an unsung hero because Ryan Gravenberch was so good in the first half of the season. I think people slept on how good McAllister's been this season, and I don't think I don't think Grav gets to express himself or be as good if he's not playing next to McAllister.
Yeah. The compliment between those two first. But brother, it's been nice having having on the stream, catching up a little bit. Before I leave, when I was in Saudi, just to give you some story, because you mentioned Cinnabon. I don't know if there's one in UK, but I came across this. It was like a Westfield area with outlets and branded stuff and whatnot. And I came across this Cinnabon cafe. I kid you not, I never have experienced, I never anticipated or expected something like that. I know Cinnabon comes with, just like a kiosk or a small, like by the side, selling their products, but it comes like a Starbucks theme. So just so you know, just to let you know that, and maybe your research thing while
I might have to look into that. You might have to look into that.
I have to. Yeah. But no, man. Thanks for having me. Big up. And, let's rejoice, cherish on Sunday, man.
Facts.
Take care. Love for the love.
Enough love, bro. Big up Tom Izzy as always, man. Absolute legend. Right, people, I'm going to invite someone else onto the screen now. He has a channel along with some good friends as well. You know the rules, guys. If someone comes on here and they've got a channel, what do? We make sure we promote that. The person I'm going to bring on, the one, the only, Bayesian Barnes. Big up, my bro. How are you?
What's going on, bro?
Not too bad, man. 1 point away. The beard's here. I'm good, bro. Like, life's good for me. life's really good, man. I can't complain.
You say the beard is here.
Yeah. All right, not right. It's on its way, but we're close now, isn't it? Like,
did you go Turkey?
No. If I went Turkey, I'd have a beard out here, bro. If I'm going Turkey, I'm coming back with everything.
With Turkey, you don't get it right away. It takes some time.
I know, but trust me, the procedure I'd get when it fills out, but I'm not cutting it again.
Oh, so you're trying to get a full one like Matt and Drift?
Yeah, I won't get to that level. Not to Matt's level. I don't think I'll get to Drift because Drift's beard grows. Drift will cut his beard like today, and by like tomorrow afternoon he'll have a beard.
Oh,
so
geez.
I don't know. Yeah, he's one of them guys. Whereas I'm like that with my hair. If I cut my hair, like I cut my hair yesterday, if I'm going out next week, like I got a wedding next week, I'll have to get another haircut again because it'll grow out really quick.
Okay. So what are you doing for your celebration on Sunday?
Boy, so I'm meant to be going to a family friend's birthday after the game, so I'll do that. But there's also a lot of Arsenal fans in the family, in it. So it's a smart occasion. I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna wear a Liverpool top underneath my blazer.
You're wearing a blazer to a family event?
Yeah. It's like an 80th birthday.
Okay. I get you.
So I'm gonna be wearing trousers, shoes, my Liverpool top, and a blazer.
I hope you'll be wearing trousers.
Yeah. Can you imagine? I just go there in my football shorts, socks. But yeah, I'm gonna be shameless.
Be shameless. They deserve it, bro.
Shameless. I'm gonna celebrate because we've earned this one, man.
Me and Pops have been waiting for this for a long time, bro. Because remember, we called this from the beginning of the year, right?
You did. You, Drift, Jamie are the people that always stand out when I think who called this from the early one. And
Angel did too.
Yeah. Do you guys
I've been waiting.
I need 6 numbers for tomorrow. You got any? I'm looking.
Let me get back to you on that one because if I know,
you're gonna take it for yourself.
And then I would just spread some to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what do you think of this whole your opinion with this whole Trent thing? What do you think honestly happened? I think he's gone, Cal, in my opinion. But if he did an about turn and stays and resigns with the club, I'm gonna have to put my hands up, huh? I'm gonna have to apologize, bro, because I've gone in crazy on him before. My opinion, but I blame both sides. I'm not just one side. I blame both sides. The club for letting it get to this situation, and then for him for not really telling the club what his real aspirations are and giving them false hope if he knows in his head, this is where I want to go. I want to try something different. I would prefer him to be upfront. You know what I mean? But I like what I saw on Sunday, to be honest. My son, just before he scored the goal, we were watching the game and he said, Trent, that's this bozo. And then he scored the goal and I was on him. He ran upstairs, he took his shirt off. He's like, I need to keep my mouth shut.
The Trent thing's one, it's a tough one for me because I have to toe the line here because I know more about the situation than I probably should, and I know more about it than most people do, but I don't know the whole situation. From what I will say, I still think Trent goes, but I don't think it's because he's always wanted to go to Madrid.
Okay.
I think you have to look at the situation of Virgil and Salah. They've only just signed contracts and we're in April. And they came out from early saying they didn't want to go anywhere else.
Yeah.
Trent's came out early and said he's not going to speak about it in public. From what I think Trent was waiting to see what's happening with Virgil and Salah. And in that time, because he's not sure whether he's staying or going based on what they might be doing, that's when he may have started looking at the Madrid process and project, thinking if they're not going to sign Salah and Virgil to new contracts, then I'm not seeing the ambition of the club that I want to see. Okay. That's fair. And since then, I think he's fallen more for Madrid than he probably would realize he would have.
You don't think he stays at all?
I'd love for him to. If I was going to put a percentage on him staying, I'd maybe go 30%.
Okay. Very nice.
I wouldn't be shocked if he stayed because even though I think he might really like the idea of going Madrid, he still loves Liverpool with all
He
of
should.
his heart.
He's a Scozer. He should.
Yeah. But what I will say, and this is why I find it so tricky as well, speaking about this, I don't think Trent owes us anything. And I think that's where I'm different to a lot of fans. And again, I've said this before, I'm not Scouse. You can only listen to me speak and know I'm not Scouse. So I'll never tell Scousers how they should react. But at the same time, I don't think Scousers should project on us how we should react either. I look at Trent and I look at a guy who, whether you want to agree or disagree with this, I don't think this can be disputed. Trent is a Liverpool legend now.
Yes. Agreed.
We've won 2 Premier League trophies in the time he's been in the squad, and he's been pivotal to both Premier League trophy wins. He was pivotal to a Champions League win. He was pivotal to us getting to multiple Champions League finals. He's been pivotal in success under Klopp. He's been pivotal in success under Slot, even though he's only been here for a season with Slot. I just wish people would turn around and say the reason I'm upset with Trent is because he's leaving Liverpool and because he's Scouse and because I've seen Gerrard and Carragher do it in recent years, he should be playing out his Liverpool. He should be playing out his footballing years at Liverpool. I think you can love a club but still want to explore other options in your career. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Would I have liked to have heard it from him? Yes, but I also understand. And this is where, again, I think people aren't looking at the bigger picture. If Trent comes out in January and says, look, guys, I'm not going to renew my contract, puts in an open letter. Let's say he sends an open letter out. I'm not going to renew my contract, guys. I love Liverpool, but I want to try and play in Spain and play for Real Madrid. Trent, in my opinion, gets booed from that point to the rest of the season. I think he gets booed every game by a large portion of fans. If Trent's getting booed every game, do we not sit here and think that his friends, his teammates who are his friends, are going to sit there and go, how dare you boo my friend? Do you not think that's going to really pee off the players? Because if I'm playing a football match and my fans are booing one of my players who I've seen win stuff for the club, that's going to put me in a bad way. And it's going to make me think, if they can treat him like that, how are they going to treat me if I have a little wobble or whatever? So that's the first thing. Let's say he came out and he said, look, I want to stay, but then they can't come to an agreement with the club and then leaves. Then he's called a snake. He's called a rat. He's called a traitor. For me, he's damned if he did, damned if he didn't. I'm happy he hasn't said anything. If he is leaving, I'm happy he hasn't said anything because it means we can just focus on what's on the pitch. We've won the league now, pretty much. So if he comes out after Sunday and says something, then fair enough. The league's done. We can't win the other trophies this season. One thing I didn't want is for us to have a toxic fan base in the stadium. Because for me, that would have offset the season. And I don't think people are seeing a bigger picture. Like, these are human beings. If I'm playing football and the crowd are booing my best friend or a good friend of mine, that's going to really pee me off to the point where I'm like, subconsciously, am I even going to put in 100%? And we know if you drop below 100% in this league, you can get turned over by any team in the league, pretty much, outside the relegation teams. Agreed. So I'm happy he didn't say anything. He's damned if he does, damned if he doesn't. If he stays, I don't think it'll be a U-turn because I genuinely still don't think he's fully made up his mind. Hence why I don't think anything's been announced either. But if I was going to put money down, I think he's going to leave. But I pray.
Yeah, I feel the same with you. I think he doesn't owe the club anything. He came through the academy, didn't cost up anything. He won everything with the club. He's free to do what he wants. He's a young man. He's not married. He doesn't have children. So it's easy for him to pick up and move to a different country and try something different to see if he can expand on his legacy. I get the aspirations. I understand it. I mean, it sucks because it's Liverpool and it's Trent. I mean, I think that's why a lot of people are more upset than they should be. I'm not questioning or telling people how to actually feel, but I think that's where it boils down to it. But the club needs to hold more responsibility, in my opinion, than Trent because they allowed it to get down to this. You know what I mean?
Agreed.
Yeah. Strikers, who you think coming? I got one that I actually wouldn't mind, to be honest with you. I wouldn't mind taking Harry Kane. You know, he's got a.
Oh, bro, I'd love to.
He's got buyout clause, don't he?
Yeah, brother. Harry Kane in the lap. Sign me up, bro. That's for me. That'd be perfect. But I don't think we look at Harry Kane. Plus, he's on like 400k a week. Is he going to take a big price reduction or salary reduction? I don't see that happening.
Yeah, the salary is a big one because he's going to win his first trophy this year. Finally,
yeah, crazy in the career he's had. It's actually crazy. Crazy.
A player of that level and don't have any trophies other than one Bundesliga that he's going to win this year.
Yeah,
it's pretty crazy.
He might have the footballing version of the cow curse.
I don't think you have a curse, bro. I just think
I'm not gonna lie. I think I do. You know, did you know really, brother? I started speaking about Camavinga in the last month and a half, and Camavinga's out injured for the rest of the season now.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's a bit spooky. Let's be real.
I think he got to mail you some holy water, bro. If somebody put a juju on you, you go.
Yeah, I might not even have to sprinkle. I'm gonna have to drink the holy water, bro. My track record is terrible at the moment. I just need one transfer to come through, but I don't see it happening anytime soon.
I know the fan base don't want you talking. Period. None. I see the slate that you be getting, bro.
They jump in. I'm sure people jump into your stream and stay stuff. They jump into Enz's stream, Hassam's. They'll DM Tom. I've seen Matt showed me DMs where they're just like, just don't let Cal speak about transfer, just not this one. I'm like, I wish I had that sort of pull on the club knowingly, like, but
so I can throw transfers to you that then if you say it, because I know we can get the players that it don't matter then.
Yeah,
fair enough.
So here's the thing: I tell you one striker that, and you know, I got to shout Tom here. Retegui might be a good option, you know. The only worry I have is players coming from the Italian league seem to really find it difficult in the Prem. Yeah, but Retegui does look good, and he's not actually Italian as well, which a lot of people think. He's not actually Italian, he's Argentine. He's good. Retegui's good. But for me, we need two. If we don't get two and Diaz becomes the backup striker, we have to get a very, very good left winger. I'm talking like Barcola type left winger if we're going to do that. Otherwise, go and get me two top strikers.
But Barcola really doesn't have any end product. That's my only problem with him, though.
But he doesn't even have more end product than Gakpo and Diaz. I think he just has this. I think maybe not as much as Gakpo. I think he has more than Diaz, and I think he's more creative than the other two.
I would agree with those statements. Yes,
and he's so much younger than Diaz that I think his ceiling's so much higher as well.
I'm not sold on him, to be honest. Him and Dembele, I'm not sold on as players. I wanted Krava so bad, like you. I think that's the one that missed the boat, to be honest with you.
That's
Krava in our team, we were on a next level, in my opinion. I think we are unplayable, to be honest.
Shall I be honest with you, bro? You see, if we sign Krava in the January window, I think we're going to win the Champions League.
I agree with you. I agree. 100% I agree.
He's so good.
He is. He is. Szoboszlai, before I push out, because I know you got other guys.
Yeah.
Szoboszlai. What do you want to see him play the 10 next year, bro? Because I can hear you first, and I can give my opinion, and then I got duck out.
Not on a regular basis, but I do think Szoboszlai is worth his weight in gold for the squad, because I think he can actually play in the pivot. He can play box-to-box 8 if we go 4-3-3, and he can play in the 10 if we need someone to deputize or rotate there. So even though I wouldn't want him to be a starter in the number 10, I don't want to see Szoboszlai leave at all. But what I will say on the flip side of that is, if we bring in a top striker, I'd like to see how Sobo does with a proper striker in front of him with some stability, because I think it could change his game. Because I think this is the misconception with Szoboszlai. I don't think Szoboszlai has ever been a creative 10. he's a crash the box type number 10, where his game, in my opinion, is based on if a striker's there and occupies the defense or holds up the ball, they can either lay it off to him and he can shoot, or he can crash the box and become that fourth attacker. I don't think he's ever going to be that player that picks up the ball like a Burkamp and threads an eye of the needle pass on a regular basis, but I do think he could be a goal scoring 10 with the right setup.
Agreed. Which is why if we get an important striker, yes, I agree with you. Sometimes playing in the 10 for me, I want him more in the 8, advanced 8 role, box to box, doing the running, doing the pressing, be the leader of that press, because I think that's where we fall into situations as a club right now, because it's a lot like to play the 4-2-4, and then when he goes in as the 10 and runs forward as he advance and they bypass our front line, then what happens is that there's only 2 men standing up and sitting up in midfield, and we're behind the 8 ball because there's 3 or 4 players running at us, and that's how we get cut open. That's what PSG did to us.
Yeah.
And I'm not a fan of the 4-2-4. I'm not. I don't like it.
Neither do I. Especially with the 2 pivot players we've got, because for me they don't cover ground quick enough to allow you to do that. If they were quick off the ground, then I think it works a treat. Gravenberch and McAllister cover all the ground on the pitch. They're just not very quick. If we had someone like a Kante, you can run the 4-2-4, because you know Kante is he's catching you wherever you are on the pitch.
He's mopping up everything.
Which is why I want to ask you a question. You speak about Szoboszlai. Do you think Szoboszlai is being affected by Gravenberch playing behind him? And if so, who would you drop out the 2 to play as a destroyer?
Honestly, I wouldn't drop. You know what I would honestly do, Cal? I would actually drop Szoboszlai back into the double pivot and push Mac in the 10. Because Mac is getting abused where he's playing right now. Every game, teams are absolutely mauling this kid.
Yeah, they kick him all over the pitch, isn't it?
All over the place. He's always on the ground and he's getting rough tackled all the time. I think that works better. Szoboszlai comes back, plays a pivot with Grav, and have Mac in the 10, because Mac can shoot and Mac can also thread the pass, which I think helps us from an attacking standpoint, and maybe we get more goals. Because let's be honest, we've been horrendous on set pieces. We're probably one of the worst teams when it comes to set pieces, with the amount of set pieces we have in terms of converting into goals. And we've fluffed a lot of easy chances by not having or not making the right decision. Because with Szoboszlai playing the 10, he seems to have tunnel vision, and the only side he looks at is the right side to Salah. And he doesn't look the left side. And the left side might have been a way better pass. But hey, it's the first year. We got a trophy we went in. It's the Prem. It's number 20. The Arsenal fans can go and stick that with the sun don't shine and hold that. You know what I mean? How I am with them already? Yeah. Pure venom from me. I can be like you, can be shameless, I can be calm, but hey, we can be good. But Bud, good talking. We can catch up in the background. Love to you and your fam. And people in the chat, Beijing Reds Call-In show is tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Come through. We're going to have a blast.
7 p.m. Eastern time. What time would that be UK time?
You're 5 hours ahead of me, so that's why 11?
Yeah.
11
People,
o'clock.
you know what to do. You know what to do. Plus the links in the chat as well. Beijing Reds TV, go and subscribe. The boys are doing amazing stuff. Big
love, bro. All right, bro. Peace.
Take care, bro. Big up Beijing Barnes and all the team over there doing great stuff. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Right. I want to ask, before I bring on the next caller, and you guys have been so patient in the background, appreciate you guys. I do want to ask you guys, in terms of the midfield, because I think it's kind of going under the radar because Mac and Grav have been so good. Do we have to make a hard decision this season and go, Mac, Grav, the amount of minutes you played last season, you're not going to play that amount of minutes because we're going to bring in another midfielder that you share that role with now? Or do you think we almost avoid that situation and just go with Mac and Grav again? Let me know, guys. I'm going to quickly turn my camera off for like 1 sec because I'm going to switch on the light. But I want to hear your thoughts about that in the comments, guys. Give me 1 sec. And I'm back. Right. let's get the next caller on. A fantastic name. Mr. Graven Busquets.
How are you doing, Kal? How are you doing?
I'm not too bad, bro. How are you?
I'm good. So I was watching.
Sorry, before I cut you. Yeah. Thanks for waiting so patient in the background. I know you've been waiting a while, so I appreciate you, bro.
It was funny seeing Hassam and Tom just randomly.
Yeah, them two are crazy.
I just wanted to ask you a question because I was watching one of the streams the other day, and then people calling you out because like I think it was you, Drift, and Matt were having a debate about how many signings, if we make the amount of signings that we all think we're gonna do, how many of them are actually gonna start in the first team and how many of them are actually gonna start on the bench. So I was just wondering, like, how many would you say that would come into the first team?
So for me, and I want to be clear on this as well. When I say like I'd bring in someone for the first team, this is not saying that anyone who they're replacing would necessarily never play. That there'd still be rotation.
Yeah.
When I think of the first team, I always think of who would play against like a Man City, an Arsenal, a Real Madrid, a Barcelona in the Champions League, for example. So for me, Alisson obviously keeps his spot.
Yeah.
If Trent stays, Trent keeps his spot. If Trent goes, then a new right back for me.
Yeah.
I love Bradley, but I don't think he's ready like that. Left back, Virgil and Konate, I'm more than happy with. But left back, we need to get a new starting left back. Like that, there's no two ways about that.
Yeah.
A CDM that can play instead of either Gravenberch or McAllister, depending on your position.
Mm-hmm.
A starting 10 to play instead of Szoboszlai, and a striker.
Yeah.
So 5 first teamers for me. And then you could argue if Diaz goes, a left winger as well.
Yeah, because I've roughly thought like if we were doing a realistic budget, my hopeful that I think we will roughly spend, if it's about quantity, I think we'll spend around 250 million. But I've got a list here of like roughly around 7 signings. Not personally, some of them I want, but some of them I think FSG will make. So I think I've got Hato for around 35 million. I think we can get that.
Yeah,
I've got Ola in on a free.
All right, let me stop you on that one because the chat cut me off early on that one. Apparently, Nottingham Forest have got a 1-year activation extension they can trigger, and I think they'll do that. But we'll stick with it for now because I've been pushing that agenda as well. We'll stick with that for now because they haven't activated it yet, and I don't know if the player has a say in it or what. But let's just go on the premise that he can leave on a free.
Yeah, so I've got Ole in on a free, and then centre back. So I'm the type of person I like to be different with my transfer targets. Like, so I don't really. Listen, the thing is, me personally, just how I like my centre backs to be physical and good in the air. So I think we can get Diamande for around 70 million because Diamande aerially is a beast, and on the ground he wins his duels. He's an aggressive centre back, and I want my centre backs to be aggressive. Same way how you want your fullbacks to defend. That's why I want That's why I want Hato and Aina, because I think the days of bombing fullbacks, I think they're over. I think teams have figured out ways how you can beat teams who play up and down fullbacks.
Yeah.
And then I've got in midfield, I think you can either get Angelo Stiller or Lamine Camara from Monaco for around 45 million ish.
Yeah.
I think you get Cherky for 20 million. I think that's the obvious one. And then the 2 striker options, it's not what I personally want, but I think the club could potentially get Ekitike for around 80 million, and then Jonathan David as a backup on a free. And then that roughly adds up to around 250 million spent.
Do you think we'll spend that amount though?
No way. No chance. No chance.
I don't think we will. There's an argument to say we don't need to as well. There is an argument to say we don't need to because we just won the league. I think you have to strike while the iron's hot. I think we're a very desirable team at the moment, and I think if we sleep on that, then this time next season we could be sitting there saying we need 10 players because we didn't do what we did in previous years.
I think I've added a right back just based on the premise that Trent leaves. I think I've added Hato as well, not 2 left backs. I don't think we sell both full backs. I think most likely is we sell Simicas.
Yeah.
And then in terms of like either Angelo Stillo or like Lamine Camara, we've been missing midfielders on midfielders for years.
Yeah.
We've not properly engaged with that problem, and it's just built up. And now Gravenberch they're basically going to be the new Fabinho and Henderson. They're
yeah,
absolutely
the ground. Yeah.
And then Cherky, I think Cherky is the most FSG signing like you ever see. 20 million. There's no risk with it.
Yeah.
There's only reward. The risk that he doesn't succeed, you can still probably sell him for the same price that you got him for. And his wages aren't going to be high either.
Yeah.
And I think, me personally, like even Jonathan David on a free, I don't like Jonathan David at all. I don't like the way he plays. I just don't like the way he is as a player. But as a backup option on a free, it could potentially be something that the club looks to go into.
I think Jonathan David gets an unfair rap. Again, I don't want Jonathan David. I don't even know if I want Ekatike. I think Ekatike is good, but I think he's inconsistent.
Yeah.
But
I think there's
could do a lot worse. I think we could do a lot worse than Jonathan David on a free.
And again, Jonathan David is like, I think if you're the club, you're looking at obviously the data and what the analytics are saying, but also like who can bring you the highest amount of reward with the least amount of risk.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I think Jonathan David is another one of them players that he can bring you a high amount of reward, and the risk of Jonathan David it's minimal because he is free.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be an interesting summer. I like the Diamande shout as well. I do. I think that he's a good centre back. He's kind of gone under the radar as well. I wouldn't be surprised if Man United looked at him, given that Ruben Amorim was there previously as well.
That's kind of the reason why I know about Diamande, to be honest.
Yeah, he's good. Diamande is good. Even Inacio, remember how much people talk about Inacio? That's gone really quiet now.
Yeah, it's gone really quiet. Now I think the way Virgil and Konate performed this season, I personally think that they are the best centre-back pairing, arguably in the world. That's just my opinion, because I think they complement each other so nicely. I think Virgil, especially being like a centre-back, 33 years of age, coming back from EPL, that's something that is forget football. Just forget football. It'd be like in sport in general, that's just not heard of. 33-year-old coming back from an ACL and being even better than they was in their prime. It's not heard of.
Yeah, it's crazy. He's phenomenal, man. He's such a unicorn. He's such a unicorn. For me though, I tell you one person I wouldn't mind seeing, and that is I'd love us to get Jonathan Tah.
Yeah, Jonathan Tah is quality as well. He's another one. I think when we was all looking at kind of potential managers to replace Klopp last year, and we was all looking at Xabi Alonso, when you look at obviously the way he plays, Jonathan Tah in that 3 is a key player. But I feel like he either goes to Bayern Munich. I think he might. Yeah, he's most likely probably going to go to Bayern Munich.
I think it's either Bayern Munich or Barcelona.
Yeah, probably one of them two, because I just don't see him leaving that environment. But if we had unlimited money, Florian Wirtz, Isak,
Here's the problem with Isak though. I think everyone will sit there and go, if you had unlimited money, you get Isak. I don't think it's a money thing. Newcastle just don't need to sell, and I don't think he'd really force the move either. If he was someone who was like, no, I want to go and play for Liverpool or an Arsenal, I think you could potentially make a case for it happening. From everything I've heard, he's not unhappy at Newcastle. Like he's very comfortable and happy there, and he's a legend there. Like, so I can't see how a club gets him out of Newcastle. Plus Newcastle are richer than everyone as well, so you can bring money to the table. Like, okay, what's money? Like, we've got plenty of it. We can go and buy without selling Isak.
There's no chance that you get Alexander Isak, because Newcastle have already won a trophy this year, and especially beating us in the final as well in the Carabao Cup, and not to mention the fact that they could potentially go third. They've got arguably one of the best midfields in the world as well, with Tonali, Joel Linton, Bruno Guimaraes. So I think for Newcastle now, it's not just a case of like they've set the foundations. Now it's a case of just building up, because in my opinion, like they still probably need a world-class, they need a good right winger, they probably need centre backs, and they need just a few more rotational pieces, and then in about 2 to 3 years they'll be right there. They'll be in the mix of the Premier League.
I'll be honest, I think they'll be in the mix next season if they get the summer right. If they keep Isak and they get the summer right, they could be in the mix next season.
Yeah, because I think now obviously they do have one of the richest owners in the Premier League. Like Newcastle aren't. They're not gonna be a selling club anymore. They're gonna aim to keep the best players, especially like with Anthony Gordon as well. Like we inquired about him last year, it didn't happen, but they're gonna want to keep him this summer because they know that Newcastle their trajectory is only going up.
Yeah, I hear it. I'm looking forward to the summer.
Yeah, same, because I think that's one of the reasons as well. Like you have to rule out Isak and you have to rule out Alvarez as well, because Alvarez just it's not realistic because Alvarez is only just joined, and like people think that like Atletico Madrid play defensive now, but if you actually watch them, they play very attacking.
Yeah,
they play attacking 4-4-2 with Conor Gallagher at left midfield. Like it's attacking football now. Simeone's he's done a 360 in terms of the style of football that he plays.
Yeah, I agree. I'm interested to see what we do in the summer, man.
Yeah.
Is this your first time calling in?
Yeah.
Yeah, be a regular, man. You know your stuff.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
No, you know your stuff, man. You know your stuff. But no, it's been a pleasure, bro. And again, thank you so much for waiting patiently as well, bro.
No worries.
Bless you, my bro. You have a good weekend, yeah?
Have a good weekend. Win the league by Sunday, man.
Come on. Celebration time.
Celebrations.
Big up, bro.
Big up.
Shout out to Graham Busquets, first time on the channel. Yeah, I agree. I think we need a big summer. I just don't know how big we'll go, but yeah, I don't think Alvarez or Isak are. I don't think they're realistic this summer. But I'd love to be proven wrong. But we'll see what happens. Let's get our next caller in. Merseyside vibe. Sorry, you there, bro? Yes, you are indeed.
Yes.
Big up, brother. How are you?
Can you hear me properly?
Yeah, bro. Nice.
Yeah, can hear me. Okay.
Yeah,
so I have actually. It looks nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it? I only got it not long ago as well.
Yeah, it's looking good, man. Looking good.
So I have like 3 questions.
Go for it.
So I know we all love Robo, and it's quite sad to see what's happening to him, but would you keep him just for one more year?
Yeah, no, I would.
You would?
Yeah.
What, can I ask you why?
Yeah, again, maybe this is where this is probably something I'd accuse Drift of. Shout out to Drift. I'm if we go and get a top left back, I think Robbo is the backup. We could do a lot worse than for 1 year, and I think his influence in that dressing room is still pretty strong. Yeah. Plus, from a selfish standpoint, I still think Owen Beck could be a very good backup or someone who challenges for the left back position. But I think he needs a season as well, and I think Robbo could be the bridge for that.
Okay. See, the thing is, I always get hyped when I see Robbo. I'm like, you know what? He'll prove me wrong.
Yeah.
And then I see him get cooked. I see him get cooked, or I see him either falling on the ground or he's there screaming at Van Dijk, and it's like, I know it wasn't really his fault. I think it was just the miscommunication. I forgot what game it was. I remember when Van Dijk scored own goal, or
West Ham.
Oh yeah, I think it was then. Yeah, it was quite bad. It made me realize that maybe I shouldn't be happy with this left back situation. But the second one is Darwin Nunez. So let's just say scenario.
Yeah.
Let's say Tottenham are beating us. Let's just say 3-0. Darwin Nunez comes on, scores 1 in the 82nd, the 84th minute, and the 88th minute. Are you willing for him to stay at Liverpool? Even that, no.
No. Shall I tell you what it is with Darwin as well?
Yeah.
It's not just football on the pitch. It's the toxicity off the pitch. There are the Nunez fans and the Nunez haters. I'm sick of both of those sides of the fan base. Yeah, so for me, the quicker he goes, the quicker those two parts of the fan base can just go, let's leave it now.
Let's leave it. That's true. Because I was understanding Drifty's points on Nunez. Like every single time you guys had debate, I was like, I hear it. But now when he misses, it actually shatters my heart because it's like you're a striker and I trust you, but if my life was on the line and he was in front of goal, I wouldn't trust him.
You're in trouble.
I would not trust him. So
You
that was my only issue.
You might be seeing the pearly gates sooner than you want to.
Even Jota recently, like he was my You know why he was my favorite player? It's because Arsenal fans were tired of seeing him every single. Like it was every year at one point, and they were like, "Oh God, it's always Jota." It was either Firmino or Jota, one of those two. I love them.
Mane and Salah gave up.
Even I just love them because what they gave to Arsenal fans, it's just they were scared of them. Now I'm not going to lie, I am very scared to verse Arsenal. I'm very scared because
after we win the league,
it's only because I don't want them to say anything. That's why. Like I know we won the league. The thing is, if they win Champions League, I feel like they're gonna say, "Oh, it doesn't matter. You know, Champions League is better, right? Champions League is better, right? We were never going for the league anyway." And
they'll be lying then because every time we won the Champions League, they turned around and said, "Well, you can't win the bread and butter." Another thing, I don't know how old you are. If I'm not mistaken, back in the 98 season, when Arsenal won the league, was it 96, 97? When Arsenal won the league, they wrapped up the league before they played Liverpool. So they beat Everton to win the league. They won that game 4-0. Tony Adams scored a really famous goal towards the end. After they wrapped up the league and won the league, we played them and we battered them 4-0. And I'll never forget, I was a kid at the time. And one of my brother's friends come around to visit us. He was an Arsenal fan. And I was teasing him. I was like, we just beat you 4-0. And the first time I can remember being humbled in life, he just went, "Cal, you beat us, but we've got the trophy." And even as a kid, I couldn't say anything to him. I couldn't. If Arsenal come to Anfield and turn us over, I'll be upset about it because I don't want to lose to anyone, especially them.
Yeah,
but bro, in the grand scheme of things, league's done.
I know it's done, but I just don't want them to have anything over us because I hear a lot. Even when I'm talking to my friends about debates, I'm hearing them compare Saka to Salah, and I'm done with it. I don't like doing it because they will never hear me out. Like they will compare Saliba to Van Dijk. I'm done. Even Raya to Alisson. I just like, I'm not even. And these players are not bad either.
With a bar.
Yeah, I know.
With a bar. Like
it's annoying though.
Yeah, but I'd rather be annoyed at being the bar than be annoyed at not having the players who fulfill that.
Yeah,
because how many years did we go through and we went? Whenever someone would be like, "We've got X midfielder," we got Gerrard, but the conversation was done after that.
Yeah,
because we didn't really have anyone apart from Torres and Suarez. Couldn't really speak to anyone else about certain other players. Now we can. We can hold our chest out. Yeah, we got Trent. Obviously, don't know how long for. We got Trent. We got Alisson. We got Virgil. Ibu starting to get to that level now as well. We got Mac. We got Salah. Like we can talk player for player now.
The thing is, when we bought McAllister, I didn't really watch any highlights of him. I knew he was a good player, but I feel like he's really improved recently. Like he's just so good. Like I don't know what happened, what he's been eating, he's just he's one of my favorite midfielders. It was actually Thiago. Thiago was my favorite midfielder. Then it just straight away just went to McAllister, and then I was thinking about like, imagine if Thiago was just he never had injuries. And
do you know what? The other day I was thinking this: if Slot came a year earlier, I wonder if it would have preserved Thiago and Matip's career.
Yeah, Matip, Like Matip was even my favorite player.
Everyone sleeps on Matip, you know.
Matip was so good.
Quality.
I had even the dribbling. I didn't know how he used to do it.
Yeah,
I never understood it.
I think people forget Klopp's preferred centre-back pairing over the course of his Liverpool career has always been Matip and Virgil.
Virgil, yeah, it has. It has.
I finished my
Well done, buddy. Well done. At least he's not crashing out this time, innit?
And the third question was, do you think Joe Gomez should just leave this summer? Because I remember last season, I feel like it was such a good season for him. I swear, I can't remember if it was that last season or the season before. Season, I know it was because he wasn't that in. Was he injury? Like
not last season.
He wasn't.
No, he was good. Yeah,
he was so good. I remember he was at left back most of the time, right?
Yeah, but he played.
Yeah.
Remember, he played left back, he played right back, centre back, and DM.
DM. Oh
He
my.
played DM as well. Everyone forgets, but he played DM for a
God,
couple of games as well.
He did play DM. Yeah. See, I don't know if I want him gone now. It's just the injuries. I just feel like he should just go and try win something else.
The question with Joe Gomez, I don't think Joe Gomez can go to another Champions League team now and be a starter. So the question then becomes, would you leave Liverpool where you're admired by the club to go to another team where you're not going to be a starter for them in the Champions League? Then I think, would he start for Europa team? Maybe, but would they take a risk on him as well? That's another question. Would they take a risk on Gomez?
Yeah, I don't think actually, I don't think so. You know,
that's what
it's just the injuries. I always remember when it was that Verge and Gomez. Yeah. Then he got injured. Oh my days! I thought that season, if he was fit, I think we win it. I generally feel like we win it because it was like, oh my gosh, we're going up levels. This is all I wanted. Yeah. And then he got injured, and then I think it did change to it wasn't Matip those times. I'm not too sure. I can't really remember.
So it was originally Matip and Virgil. I think Matip got injured, then it was Virgil and Joel, and they were brilliant. Joe Gomez. Brilliant.
Okay.
And then Lovren had to come in because they got injured. And I think he got injured and Matip got the spot back.
Oh. I miss those times with Joe Gomez. That's it. Even the pace, everything.
18, 19, Joe Gomez.
It was my favorite. At one point, I was like, one point, I should just be a centre back. Like, I really loved watching, and then he got injured. It's really sad that certain players, if they just didn't get injured, they could probably be up here.
Yeah, completely different careers. Sturridge is another one. I look at Sturridge and I think he could have been everything.
Even maybe Jota, probably.
Yeah, shout. Yeah, we sleep on Jota because he's still in the squad. But you're right.
Jota, if he didn't have the injuries he has now, oh my gosh, he'd probably be. I mean,
Slot would love Slot. A fit and firing Jota, Slot would love that.
Oh yeah, I think we would have won it a long time ago. Actually.
Yeah.
We would have won it a long time ago.
And we'd still be in the Champions League.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's it. There was a Champions League. I wanted to ask your thoughts on the PSG game, especially the one at home, because even though we won the one away, I mean, the way, it was Harvey Elliott, right? Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
I was so pissed off. I was so annoyed because I know we're better. I know we can play football, but sometimes when I see us do long passes or try skip the midfield, not keep the ball on the ground, I'm like, what are we doing? Like, we're playing to their hands. Like, they got so much technical players. They got a good goalkeeper. I just don't know why we don't even sometimes even shoot from outside the box. We don't have to be perfect all the time. Sometimes he can make maybe the goalkeeper can make a mistake. I've seen loads of clips of, well, not no one's. Oh no, that's the
my favorite Man United player.
No, but I know Donnarumma is quite good. So, but I know he can make a mistake. So if we did some long shots, I know we would be in the Champions League right now. It's just it's a shame that we're not. But do you think we'll win it next season though?
If we get a summer right, I think we will be one of the favourites.
I
think so much hinges on this summer.
Like you said, I think left back. In my opinion, I think the number one position we need is a left back. Done, like, and a striker.
Right, I was gonna say striker for me. Striker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that was mainly it. I was gonna ask like a different question that was off football, but it's a weird one.
Go on, ask me the question, and then I'll get the next person off, and I'll ask the question. Go on.
So, this one is, I think you spoke about this before, but let's just say you invite a stranger, not just a stranger, you know someone. They come into your house. They don't take the shoes off. Straight away to the fridge. Open your apple juice. You're like, bro, what are you doing? That's my apple juice.
Yeah.
And he then says, and what? And he puts his feet up on the chair and everything. After that, and he switches the TV on. In that situation, what are you doing?
Probably serving 10 to 15 years inside. So, Probably. Aggravated assault, GBH, the full list.
Oh my gosh.
Probably 10 to 15 years, maybe. Seven with good behavior. Yeah, with good behavior, maybe. But
I know the apple juice. Apple juice is elite. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Thank you, bro.
It is elite. It's my favorite. It is my favorite as well. So I know how you feel. Like sometimes I'm like, I need to drink some water. Like I'm
on the water heavy at the moment. Like I'm on the water heavy, but I've got apple juice in my fridge. Like
I even tried the Tesco apple high juice. I'm like, even that one tastes nice. Like every apple juice I tried is not. I don't know why for some reason.
Drink. It's an elite drink.
I don't know why. And then someone comes offer me orange juice.
Nah. Miss me with that. Miss me out with that.
But yeah, man, that was pretty much
it. Been a pleasure, my bro. Man. Is this your first time calling in as well?
Man, first time. I've been watching since like 2022, 2021, I think.
Love it.
Yeah. Man. Well, I appreciate you bringing me on.
I appreciate you, my bro.
Thank you.
You take it. Bless up, brother. Big up to everyone. Make sure you smash that like button if you haven't already. Gonna get our penultimate caller in before we get in our last caller. Infinite LFC, you there, bro? Come on. I can't hear you, bro. I can't hear you.
I'm here.
I hear you.
Yeah, sorry. I was sitting here chilling on my phone. You know what I'm saying? I was, I was
Thank you for your patience, bro. Appreciate it.
No. It's all good. I just dropped my phone somewhere. No, I wanted to talk to you a little bit though. I wish Drifty was here. He got to start fighting back, man. Cal got the beard. He got the box fade going on. Drift, touch turkey. We're going turkey. We're going turkey. We need to do something about this.
Saying that though, Drift's beard game is elite though. Like
for sure. And I'm not even sure if Drift is bald by choice. You know what I'm saying? I just think, you know what I'm saying? We need to get something back. You know what I'm saying? We need to walk in here, you know what I'm saying? Full blown afro, beard all long. We can't let Cal be doing this forever. You know what I'm saying? We can't keep letting them get away with this.
It's the takeover. It's the takeover.
The shamelessness of you posing with the water bottle.
Yeah, I'm outside now.
You know what I'm saying? And see, I wish Drifters here too, because I tried to cook him about this fullbacks going past the halfway line thing he's been talking about for the past week. It's not 1987 anymore, man. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. I need my fullbacks to, you know what I'm saying, get involved in the play. I mean, we look at Miles Lewis-Skelly, been probably the breakout youngster of the season. He gets into midfield, gets the ball in the half turn, you know what I'm saying? He gets involved into the play. I mean, I understand what he's saying because we've been so used to Trent and people just attacking the right side their left side over and over and over again because Trent is so far forward. But I don't know. I hear both sides, but I personally just am not a fan of this 4 center backs that play that overlap. You know what I'm saying? Ben White, Urin Timber, Gvardiol, and Nathan Ake. That's just not personally my favorite thing.
You're not a fan of it, no? Even for certain games, you wouldn't be a fan of it.
I mean, I like it, but I remember how much worse we used to attack when Joe Gomez had to slot in at like left back and right back. I'm not saying he played bad or anything like that.
No, I hear you.
You can see like our attack suffered a bit because we didn't have that.
Sorry to cut you, bro. Could that be a bit of system though? Because remember, Klopp did like to utilize the fullbacks for creativity. So
I agree, but
doesn't do that.
I know people like to say Slot doesn't do the same thing, but I actually disagree. I think that when Trent goes, I mean, some of his forward passes and him breaking through the lines, that's going to be so hard to replicate. You know what I'm saying? We need to get somebody in that can, and I don't think anybody else really in the league can do that. If I'm going to be completely honest,
not from right back.
Yeah, and if we could somehow get somebody in that can somewhat replicate that, maybe a 10 or something like that. Even though I'm actually a Sabazalai supporter, you know what I'm saying? I actually think that he's much more integral to our team than people give him credit for. And I think that if we had a real DM behind him, I don't think he would have to. By 75th, he's tired. He's coming back and forth. For like the NBA comparison, like Kawhi Leonard for the longest, he had to go on the other side of the floor, guard the team's best player, then come down the floor, then drop 30. That's not sustainable. You can't just ask people to do that.
You burn out.
Exactly. And people want to talk about clock rinsing players. I think in 2 years, if this keeps up, Sabasala is gonna, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's cooked.
He's cooked because he plays every minute for Hungary, plays every minute for us pretty much, and he's going back and forth back. I just don't think that's sustainable at all.
Yeah, agree.
So Cal, man, I was on here before. We talked about Trent, but we got to talk about Trent again, man.
Yeah.
You are shameless, shameless, brother. The evil Dr. Doom laugh.
Oh, the celebration. Yeah,
the celebration.
I was holding it in. That's why I've been holding it in for a while. I've been holding it in.
Shameless. You are shameless. I still can't get over the fact of I understand your position actually more now than I did a month ago, because a month ago I was a wreck. I was, you know what I'm saying? I was about to call in some people. We're about to do a Steven Gerrard, you know what I'm saying? So I understand your position a bit more, because you are right. We don't have all the facts. So it's not necessarily just like from your perspective, it's not fair for people to just jump on him and say, oh, you're going, you're a rat, you're a snake, because we don't know yet. I feel like on the other side, I feel like it's fair, because what is football without emotion at the end of the day? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you think that the Steven Gerrard crash out was valid when he was about to go to Chelsea? I think it's a pretty similar thing, in my opinion.
I think it was valid only because we ended up keeping him. so selfishly, I'll be so real with you. If we lost Gerrard in 2005, we're not sitting here in 2025 talking about Liverpool the way we are, you know.
Like, I agree. We
would have fallen so far behind teams.
I think there are higher stakes with Gerrard leaving than there are Trent, but I think the situations are a bit similar in the sense of, if Trent goes, like, he's one of those footballers that's just like, there's nobody else in the world that does what he does. Like, he's literally one of a kind, in my opinion. And him going, and I think if he went to Barcelona, I think it's Real Madrid. I think it's the fact that it's that team out of all teams that's really pissing people off. Out of every team that's not in England, he's the one place that Liverpool fans are like, come on, man. It's KD to the Warriors.
I'll ask you then. If he went to Barcelona, would you be less upset?
Yes, I would. Actually, I genuinely. And
you might feel like that. I don't think the majority of Liverpool fans
I actually do. I think it's just because of the fact that we have such bad memories with Real Madrid. And I think it's the fact that they have constantly beat us time and time again. Real Madrid, honestly, honestly, forget Man City. I think that they have been the biggest boogeyman to our success over the last 10 years. If you really think about it. They have been. If we walked out of Klopp's era with 1 Premier League and 3 Champions Leagues, I don't think people could chat us about anything. Not even Man City, honestly. 3 Champions Leagues in 5 years.
It'd have been crazy.
It would have been. We would have been insane. We actually would have been the most arrogant fan base on the planet at that point.
I don't think it's because it's Real. I think Real Madrid makes it hurt more, but I don't think Real Madrid is the reason. I still think it's this. Trent, we see Trent as someone who we believe should play for the club for all of his life, or unless we wanted to sell him because he's Scouse and he came through the academy, he's vice captain. I think it's us projecting. I think if he was going by Munich, I still think the fan base would crash out.
I seriously, I really don't. Only because I think fans have a right to project on it's all about emotion.
No, they have a right, but then I want everyone to be honest about it. Then be honest and be like,
a big part of the reason why Trent leaving is because when Mane decided to leave, people were hurt, but they weren't crashing out. You know what I'm saying?
And that's my point. Mane pretty much came out before the Champions League final was like,
exactly.
I'm going like.
But it's different when you're a Scouser, when you belong to that people. And if Scouse people are like, they see themselves in him on the pitch. He is the fan representation on the pitch, pretty much. And for you to leave that and then go join #1 soulless club on the planet, pretty much.
Yeah.
Just for glory, I think fans have a right to crash out a bit. Honestly, I do.
All right. But do you think Trent is good enough to play for Real Madrid?
Yes, I do.
Do you think Trent is appreciated? And again, I might be guilty of it. Do you think Trent is really appreciated in this country how he would be in Spain, for example?
Yes, I don't think Trent understands what that Spanish media is like.
No, I hear you, but the English media, I don't know if they are, because we've seen so many attacking fullbacks in Spain. Marcelo defensively was not good at all.
at all.
Bro, I never heard anyone, even in this country, speaking about Marcelo defensively.
But see, the problem is, Cal, with Trent, it's not a lack of ability. It's a lack of effort. In that Man United game at home, we saw him walking. That would never in Spain.
Yeah, that wouldn't work.
I'm not gonna lie. You might find a banana peel or two on the pitch after that if he starts doing stuff like that.
Do you think there's an argument to say that he may potentially play a different role at Real Madrid, though? He might invert a lot more, and he could even play some games in midfield.
I mean, to be fair, he did that under Klopp's last season.
But he's not doing that under Slot. And let's be real, we all know where Trent wants to play.
I understand where Trent wants to play, and I don't think he's gonna, because if you
he won't play midfield.
To be honest, Trent's going to the team with probably the best midfield in the world on paper.
No, I hear it, but they haven't got a conductor. The one thing Real Madrid don't have in that midfield is a passing conductor.
And
I'm not even saying Trent could be that guy. I think Trent could be that guy.
I don't think,
but a lot of people don't. But I also do think he would play inverted a lot, especially if Xabi Alonso's there. He'd pretty much be a midfielder because the style Xabi Alonso plays at the moment is 3 at the back, for example. I don't know if he'd take that to Real Madrid. Let's say he did. Trent's pretty much playing in midfield. Frimpong for Xabi Alonso is a midfielder.
Yeah, but he's more on the wing though. I look at it more as like a classic right midfielder in a 4-4-2, like one of those. You feel me? Like or at least Frimpong at least. And I think that's what Trent would probably become. I don't see him. The only problem is, Cal, is that the aura around this transfer stinks. It does. It really does. Especially after Qatar, when we were being shameless. Hendo posted up on the bridge with Jude. Oh, we're gonna get Jude and everything, and then he ends up going. And then we know that Trent and Jude are best friends. Him going after, like, it reeks. It does. It reeks. It really does.
I think the Jude thing's blown out of proportion. In fact, I actually know the Jude thing's blown out of proportion.
I think I probably agree with that. I think that's more so a meme than like actual reality. But I don't think that it's hurting the situation in any way. You know what I'm saying?
No, it helps the situation, but
absolutely.
I don't think. I think a lot of fans are acting like Jude is the reason why Trent's going to Real Madrid.
Oh no! He's not the sole reason. Absolutely not.
Yeah, like Trent is closer with players at Liverpool than he is with Jude.
Absolutely.
Like, I can guarantee that.
Oh,
like, they're friends, but I guarantee he's closer with like people like Robo and like Sobo and Salah, for example. But I think he looks at it and look. I think we dilly-dallied with the contract situation, and I think because of that, do you know what it's like? Let's say, for example, I liked a girl, and I'm like, I'm dilly-dallying, but I know she likes me, but I'm like, I know she'll wait for me, so I'll take my time. And then another guy swoops in. That's what I feel like's happened here.
However, I feel like you have to add to that analogy. We were messing with this girl when she was butt ugly. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like we didn't know who she was gonna become. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We
weren't the guy even when we started messing with her either. We weren't the guy.
We were a 6. We were a 6 or 7. She was like a 3. You know what I'm saying?
Fair, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's not like we couldn't mess with anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but she started going gym, squatting.
Yeah, exactly.
Running.
And we did too. We went up to a 9-10. We're right there with her. You know what I'm saying?
But we elevated each other.
Exactly. We both elevated each other. You know what I'm saying? And because we've been there for the longest, you know us. We we fuck with you. You're supposed to fuck with us too. You know what I'm saying? We like, come on, man.
Yeah, but if you're acting in a way where it's just like it's nonchalant almost because you know you've got it, then someone will swoop in and be like, "Hey."
We're still dropping off flowers. We're still.
I mean, but the other guys offering more potentially now, and that other guy's new. We ain't put a ring on it. We've never made it official and put a ring on it. This guy's saying, look, I'll put a ring on it.
I just got a new job. I passed the bar. I'm a lawyer now. You know what I'm saying? We got a new job. You know what I'm saying?
This other guy's been a multi-millionaire though.
Exactly. So why are you going to the new one? I'm about to be right there. We're there. You know what I'm saying?
I hear it.
We're right there.
I do think if we didn't dilly-dally, I think it could have been done. The whole talk of him speaking to Madrid since 2024 again is just not.
I think
it's media saying things, but it's not.
I agree. I don't believe the media most of the time. However, I do think a big reason as to why there's such a big crash out, and it wasn't as big of a crash out with Virgil and Salah, is because he did the whole, I'm not speaking about this in public, which I can understand from a human being level. It only invites more questions and more scrutiny and stuff like that. Like he would have to do with Jamie Carragher, like what he did that nonsense with Salah, and you know what I'm saying, just focus on the league or whatever. Yeah. However, I look at it like this. If your girl has cheating allegations out there and she's like, I don't want to talk about that in public. No, we're talking about this right now. What are we saying? You know what I'm saying? Or at least give me an inkling of like, this is not what it seems to be. You know what I'm saying? I like it because, I mean, in what was it, February, it was pretty much Trent's going. You know what I'm saying? We pretty much have to cope with that fact. So at least especially because he doesn't do interviews, at least I love being here. You know what I'm saying? At the very least, even that can mean anything. That can mean I love this club. I haven't heard that from Trent since probably since he got the vice captaincy. I haven't. I mean,
he did say it the other day. Not in those exact words, but he did say he loves it. Like he loves the club.
He said he loves the memories.
He did, yeah. Like, as I said, I do think he's going, but I also don't think it'd be a U-turn if he stays. I think it will be. I still think he's negotiating with both sides.
I'm going to have to delete some tweets if he stays. That's all I'm saying.
you and about 1,000 other people, bro.
More than 1,000, brother. You know what I'm saying? I was crashed out. I was gone. My head was gone. And I'm going to be honest, and hate me for this if you want to. If he goes, not a Liverpool legend in my book. I'm sorry.
Why though?
Is McManaman a Liverpool legend?
Did McManaman do and accomplish everything that Trent did?
I agree. Is Michael Owen a Liverpool legend? Yeah. Won a Ballon d'Or?
No. Michael Owen's a Liverpool legend. I don't like the guy. Bro,
okay.
Michael's a bona fide Liverpool legend.
He's a Liverpool legend on paper. Will he ever get the respect that he deserves? Michael Owen genuinely
won't get the respect. He won't get the respect.
Michael Owen genuinely sits, as far as talent goes, on top 5 strikers that have ever played for Liverpool. Like he genuinely was unreal.
Top 5.
He's up. He's the only one.
I'll give him top 5. Yeah, I will. But he's 100%. This is what I'm saying. Anyone who doesn't think Owen's a legend, I don't know what to say. Like. I don't like Owen, and he will never be respected like that. But he's a legend.
Absolutely. Okay, and Trent will be a legend, but he'll never get the respect of one. It will be done.
No, I agree. But he's a legend. Whether we like him being a legend or not, he's a legend.
Okay. In that regard, maybe I shouldn't say he's not going to be a Liverpool legend. I think that he will be what Michael Owen is. Every time Michael Owen gets on TNT or wherever he's on, and he talks about Liverpool, it's always with a bit of bitterness and grit behind his teeth. You know what I'm saying? I think it's going to be one of those things forever. Even because Trent said it himself, the reason why he wants to go to Madrid is he wants to be the GOAT. He wants to be seen as he wants to be seen as the gold standard for a right back. I am the greatest of all time, no debate. Yeah. Which, if he goes to Real Madrid, he honestly has a true case for it being. If he wins Champions Leagues and leagues and stuff like that.
I don't think he'll ever be Ballon d'Or winner though. I think to get that's
ridiculous. I'm sorry. I don't
think it's ridiculous to strive for that. I just don't think it will happen.
In today's football, if this was 1995, I'd probably agree with him because but the level of output he can never compete with a Mo Salah 55 GA season. It just can't. It can't. I mean, unless he's whipping in free kicks once every other week and assisting every goal that Kylian Mbappe scores. I don't think that he'll ever. You know what I'm saying?
And even if he assists Kylian Mbappe, it's going to be Kylian Mbappe.
I know we don't agree on that. You know what I'm saying? Because I think a lot of our fans have hotel chair syndrome for Real Madrid. Genuinely. Like, they're just like, oh, it's Real Madrid. So? Nigga, what? I don't care.
Yeah, I don't like Real Madrid either, but I do have to respect what they are as a club.
I can respect them as an institution, but the amount of memories that they've given me where I don't think...
I despise that club.
After the 21-22 season, I watched that Champions League final at bar with most Real Madrid fans. I had to go on a walk. I couldn't. I had to go clear my head. And it's gloomy outside right now. Every time it's gloomy, I say to myself, it's the same weather as that day. Like that day, like it hurts.
I can't stand that. I can't stand the club, but I do respect. It's like I can't stand Man United, but I respect them historically.
Oh, I don't respect Man United historically at all, but not even the slightest. I genuinely don't. I'm delusional. I can be
I don't think you're delusional. I just I as much as I hate them, I understand that players don't see it as we do as fans.
1000%. I can. If I was a player, I'd probably want to play for Real Madrid at some point, like that being the pinnacle of everything. Honestly, I would love to stay at Liverpool forever, but like if I was a player, I could understand going to Real Madrid 100%. But I agree with Trent having free will as a human being, and you think that the club doesn't owe him anything, or he doesn't owe the club anything. However, him being free will does not mean he's free of consequence. And a consequence of you going to Real Madrid is everybody in this city hating you at the end of the day.
That I agree with. I agree with.
If he wants to go, that's fine. I actually am of the policy. I don't want anybody playing for Liverpool that genuinely does not want to be here. If you want to go, fine. However, that comes with the inverse. You can't come around and then be like, why does nobody like me here? Well, you made your bed. Now you got to lie in it.
I agree. I agree with that. I agree with
that. That's just my take on it. I did have another question though.
Go for it. I was
talking about this with my homies. Who are the top 3 most talented, not best, most talented players to ever play for Liverpool? Because me, Thiago Alcantara is 100% on that list. I genuinely think I have never seen, when he was at his best, I don't think I've ever seen a player conduct a game like he has in a Liverpool shirt.
Genuinely. Are we talking about natural talent, yeah?
Yeah, like just God-given ability. You know what I'm saying?
God-given ability. Thiago, yeah.
I think Virgil's on that list as well.
Suarez.
Oh.
And Gerrard.
Thiago's not on that list.
Yeah. Suarez.
Oh.
Did I say Suarez? Yeah, Suarez, Thiago, and Gerrard.
Oh, okay. I think.
Goodness, I forgot. Xabi Alonso, Xabi Alonso and Sturridge are in the conversation as well.
They are.
Oh my goodness, Coutinho as well. You're trying to get me shut down by the fan base.
I have Thiago. I don't like Suarez personally.
No, me neither.
On a human being thing.
Yeah.
Can't stand him. Never. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I would never like that guy.
Yeah, 100%. He would have to be on that list.
John Barnes.
I'm not gonna lie. He's the most underrated, underappreciated person to ever put on a Liverpool shirt, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's because he came from a different era.
And
yeah. I know. I'll tell you what it is though. My brother's 11 years older than me. You see my brother's generation. You see how we speak about Salah from like our generation.
Yeah,
that's how they speak about John Barnes.
Okay. Yeah.
So maybe it's an art era thing that we've not.
Yeah,
maybe we haven't continued the legacy like we should have. We didn't take on the mantle, but they like my brother will like even now. My brother will just be like, yeah, he's good, but he's no John Barnes. Like he watches Salah. My brother's not even a football fan like that. He'll watch Salah and be like, yeah, oh, see, he's really good. He's no John Barnes, okay. Like John Barnes was just different.
John Barnes was to us what Ryan Giggs was to Man United in the sense of like he could just reinvent himself over and over and over again and continue to be effective. I mean, if you're a Liverpool fan, you haven't done your research on who John Barnes is and what he's done for Liverpool and what he did for football as a whole. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He's the truth, 100%, 1000%.
Facts.
Okay, one last question before I go. I know I got people waiting.
Yeah,
and maybe I missed this on stream or something like that, but how did you and Drifty and Matt, like, you know what I'm saying, come to be? I don't know. Don't, you feel me, give out too much public information or anything like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because I think I was on stream the other day and Matt was like, I don't even think I knew you back then. I think you guys were like talking like 2014 or something.
So what's weird, I knew Matt and Drift separately before I knew them together. So I knew Matt first. So me and Matt go to the same barbers. So we'd be speaking. This was before I think. So I started my personal channel back in, I want to say 2018, so the year after I got married. But then I had to stop because all my camera equipment got stolen.
I remember you telling that story. It's crazy.
Everything. So then me and Matt had been speaking by this time, and I like he had told me about the Football Banter Show because that's what it was called back then.
Mm-hmm.
And like, but I weren't really doing content like that, so he never approached me, and I never said, "Yeah, let me jump on the channel." But we'd always speak about football in the barbershop, and he'd always be like, "You know your stuff," and I'd be like, "Obviously, you do as well."
Mm-hmm.
And then one of my friends, Jermaine, Big J, he works for, at the time he was working with Cheeky Sport, the same organization with Joel Bay and David Alorca. And me and Jay have known each other since teen years. And again, me and him always speak about football. And he was like, Cal, man, you should be doing like content. And I was like, no way. And he's like, bro, just do it. And I was like, bro, I don't want to be on camera. I don't want to do any of that stuff.
Right.
And he was like, look, just come to the studio and do one show with me. And I did the first show, enjoyed it. And I was like, Jay, it's not for me. And he's like, just give it a chance. The second show I did was me and Drift. It was the day after we lost the Champions League final 17-18, or 2 days after. It was the Monday after. And that was the first time I met Drift. But I had seen Drift's post about Karius after the Champions League final. So I'm thinking, this brother's some madman.
Yeah.
Brother, I met Drift and he was quiet. He was cool. Like, we're both Liverpool fans, so we're talking vibing on that sense. And then I'm leaving the studio and he's like, oh, bro, how you getting home? And I was like, bro, I've come straight from work, so I'm just going to jump on the train. He's like, bro, I don't live too far from you. Like, I'll drop you back to where you need to go. And I was like, oh, cool. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And then he was just like, bro, like, do you do content? And I was like, no. And he's like, why? And I was like, I don't know if I want to do it. And he's like, no, you should jump on a few shows. And then from there, like, then obviously I was like, Matt, I met Drift the other day and like he was laughing and joking about that. And then started doing a bit of content with them. And then they just asked me to join the channel full time. And then, just kind of went from there, man.
You've only known Drifty since 2017. Or 2018, really. That's nuts.
Yeah, 2018. I've known, so Matt and Drift I've known from 2018. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, you guys argue like brothers, so you know what I'm saying. I'm thinking that you guys
Matt and Drift, they've known each other for like
for real,
decades.
Because my closest homie, he's actually a Wolves fan. It's disgusting.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Poor guy.
Yeah. And so, exactly, poor guy. Yeah, but it's fun making fun of him. But because we are, and I've known he was there when I was born. My dad and his dad were best friends growing up as well. So so when we argue, you know what I'm saying, I'm ready to jump to the screen sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like
the amount of people that say to me, like, it doesn't happen as much now. I think people get the dynamic. The amount of people used to DM me after shows and be like, bro, we can't see you and Drift arguing like that. It's not good, and like you need to patch up. And I'm like, patch up? Yeah. Like, the moment we ended stream, we were laughing and joking about what we're gonna eat for dinner and all that.
That's what I was saying. And like, I don't want to be mean to anybody in the Kopish community, but sometimes, like, I just feel like maybe sometimes you guys haven't had that lifelong friend. You know what I'm saying? Because like me and my homie, I'm ready to like, you know what I'm saying? I'm ready to
out and argue about football.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, me and him did the full blown, like, Wolves beat us 3-0 in the 22-23 season. And I was getting ready to, you know what I'm saying?
Cash out. Yeah,
exactly. But bro, after
like,
that,
I'm just saying, like, Drift and Matt and my brothers, like, we can argue about football. If you say anything to Matt or Drift, it's war.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. 100%. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's why, like, every time you guys get into an argument, I'm like, oh yeah, I probably got into an argument with one of my friends just like that before I hopped on stream. You know what I'm saying? So but that's why I thought you guys had been friends for 20 plus years, you know what I'm saying? And you guys, so it's kind of crazy to hear that you guys have only been friends for less than 10 years at this point.
They've been really good to me, man.
But that speaks to you guys' dynamic, you know what I'm saying? Love your channel, man, you know what I'm saying? You guys are genuinely the GOATs, in my opinion, you know what I'm saying? You guys are, you feel me? I've been here for a minute, so yeah.
Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you, man. Bless you, my bro. Bless you, man.
Yes, sir. All right. Yes, sir.
Take it easy, yeah. Nice one. Great, cool. Right, people. And we hit up these super chats. We've got one caller left who's been waiting patiently. One of these questions I'm going to leave to the end because I still haven't answered it in my own mind. Shout out to Vitu who says, have you seen the Cole Palmer rumors? Let's go Dreamland for a second. How would he fit? Who misses out? Oh, he comes in for Szoboszlai. I love Szoboszlai, but Cole Palmer starts ahead of Szoboszlai. Big Les, I'll wait till 66 next move is confirmed before judging. Same. Dale John Jr., why would you put me in this sticky situation? Cal, sign one tomorrow. Isak or Musiala. For what we need, I'd go Isak. In terms of who I prefer as a footballer, it's Musiala. And by the way, I'm a big Isak fan. Musiala's sighting cast, man. He's such a joyful player to watch. But Isak for what we need, absolutely. Right, next caller. the one, the only Kmac. How you doing, bro? Stay there, bro. I'm gonna literally switch off my camera because I need to close my conservatory door properly. But go ahead, bro. What you got for us tonight, brother?
Just want to say, mate,
tell the people where they can find and support you as well.
Yeah, man. Big up all the callers tonight. Some absolute legends tonight. New callers as well. Keep on supporting the channel. Brilliant stuff. You can check out my channel, Kmac channel. I didn't really want to talk about Trent, but the last callers kind of triggered me a bit. Like, okay, so I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, by the way, but you know how I am. But I thought about this a lot because I've been Trent's critic for quite some time. Look, think about it like this, yeah. A lot of people use a big up. How are you anyway, mate? You good? Sorry,
I'm good, brother. I'm good.
Just, I totally ignore saying hello there. Sorry,
no, I'm good, bro.
So you look at Trent, yeah, for this situation. We have the comparisons with Gerrard. We have the comparisons with McManaman, Owen.
Yeah.
And that's what we keep on going back to. Yeah. We keep on comparing him to players that went or players that stayed, yeah, and turned down Real Madrid or went to Real Madrid. There's a really big difference that we're all missing is we are in a different position where Trent has won everything with Liverpool. Gerrard hadn't won everything with Liverpool. McManaman hadn't won anything with Liverpool. And Owen hadn't won anything with Liverpool. With McManaman and Owen, Liverpool weren't going to win anything. Like, we weren't in a good place. Yeah. They weren't being offered great contracts. We were signing mediocre players. Yeah. Steven Gerrard thought that he could win the league with Liverpool, which is why he stayed. And he almost did twice. Right. Yeah. We were only a couple of points from winning the league with a load of 6s and 7s.
Yeah.
And number 9s with Gerrard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Trent has won everything with Liverpool. And he's still in his prime. It's a big difference to be able to have that opportunity to sit there at a club where you've won everything and go to another club where you can win everything again. And I know this is wild. I would not be surprised if Trent ended up on the Ballon d'Or list, mate, in the next couple of years if he went to Real Madrid.
I would be. I
wouldn't be surprised. So if you think of Xabi Alonso, and we keep on talking about Trent being the Frimpong. Trent could be the Grimaldo for Xabi Alonso, who's the guy that produces so many chances and scores quite a lot of goals. He's also their free kick specialist as well. He's obviously in his 30s now. He could switcheroo. He could have Trent. He could have instead of having the Grimaldo on the left, he could just have the Grimaldo on the right. For his Real Madrid, if he went to Real Madrid, I don't know. Maybe Klopp goes to Real Madrid. I don't know.
I don't think Klopp goes. I think that was a rumor made.
Yeah, I think so too. But that's how I see the Trent situation now. And we have to not hate him because he's a guy in his prime who's got the opportunity to go and win everything again. Like, no other Liverpool players had that opportunity where they won everything with Liverpool and they can go to a bigger club. Like, there's never been a bigger club, really, in a lot of our players' eyes.
Salah could have done that.
Yeah.
I think that's what's making this situation more difficult for Trent. Sorry to cut you, bro, is the fact that Salah and Virgil signed. If they didn't sign, or they weren't even at the club, for example, then I don't think people are crashing out on Trent as much. Salah and Virgil definitely, after we won the Premier League, Salah and Virgil both could have said, I want to go and play for a team, and that team would have bitten their hand off.
The only difference, and I thought about this as well, it's the age. It's whether they want to go through that process again, whether they've actually got the mentality to adapt to another club, to try and fit into their system, like at their age. And it's also whether the offers were there, mate. Like I get it. Like, you know, Real Madrid are an amazing club, and Mo Salah and Virgil are amazing players, but they may well have not been looking at them because of their age, because they are 33 and 32. And they're not a club that goes and buys or goes and takes on older players Like, so Trent is an ideal player in an age where he's about to hit peak. That's what we seem to forget about Trent. He's still only 26, 27, and he's been so good before that. Like, he could actually get better because he's about to hit the time when these players do mature and do actually get better naturally. Yeah. That's just a natural thing. So I'm looking at it from that perspective. Like, and there's also a chance he might stay, by the way. Like, you are right.
Yeah,
because it's the heartstrings, it's the heart, and the fact that he hasn't said he's leaving, actually, it started to make me think that he really does love the club and he really is torn between it.
Yeah, I still think he's negotiating both sides. It's just I think our negotiation power's been diminished because we've taken so long to come to the table properly. And again, I don't have this as a fact, but the notion that he's been negotiating with Real Madrid since 2024, I don't know when that story came out, but if that was the case, then we could have easily sold him in the summer. I've
been flip-flopping on Trent for all season.
And I understand it because he's not said anything.
You can say it in the chat because I agree. Like, I've been in and out, like, literally, he's this, he's that. He could have done this, he could have done that. Like, we genuinely don't know.
But I'm happy. I'm kind of, for the state of Liverpool Football Club, I'm happy he hasn't come out and said anything yet. Because as I said, I genuinely believe if he came out earlier in the season and said he was leaving, fans would have turned on him and it would have had a knock-on effect on the rest of the club. It would have become so toxic. Imagine he comes out in January and said he's leaving. We're playing a game in February and he makes a genuine mistake. What's the first thing everyone's going to be saying? His head's in Madrid. He shouldn't be playing.
We blame him. We blame him for the Manchester United loss.
Yeah, and nothing was out by that time.
Nothing was out. So the thing is as well. The thing is,
he was terrible in that game, by the way. But even in that game, after the game was finished, people were like, "Oh, his head's in Madrid." And then I think was it like a week later we played West Ham and he was brilliant. No one said anything, and I was like, "Guys, where's the
crosses?" And that goal as well.
Yeah,
but he did that, didn't he?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's tricky, man. It is really tricky.
The thing is, as well, is wouldn't this be the best thing ever? Is we win the league on Sunday, and that's the moment when it kind of clicks for him, with all the celebrations, and he's around the players afterwards, and he goes, "You know what? I'm just going to sign that contract. Like, this is too good a feeling to lose." And if he'd have done it earlier, he might have had that option. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Winning that trophy again could actually be a factor of him staying as well.
It could
because he might not want that feeling to go away and be with the lads and go again. But and
it could also be the thing that makes him go, I've done it twice now.
Yeah, it's a hard one, isn't it?
It's a 50-50. Like,
look, man.
I look at players like De Bruyne and etc. who stayed at City and won multiple Premier Leagues. That's what I really wanted for Trent. I wanted him to win multiple Premier Leagues to the point where when he sits at the table and people go, "Who's the best right back in Premier League history?" he can go, "Okay, well, I've got the assist record, I've got this record, I've got that record, and I've got these Premier League trophies to bring to the table. I'm in the conversation." I unfortunately think because of him leaving, I think a lot of Liverpool fans are going to downplay the impact he's had, and I don't think that's fair. I genuinely can't understand how him leaving the club to join Real Madrid means he's not a legend anymore.
He's a legend. He's also in my top 3, by the way. You know, he said top 3 talented players.
Yeah.
He's in my top 3.
That's fair, but say what you want about it. Michael Owen's another one. I don't like Michael Owen. I don't like him. But if we can't forget what he did. Like, Michael Owen single-handedly won an FA Cup for us.
Yeah.
He dragged us through the UEFA Cup.
Yeah.
He got the second of 2 goals in a final against Man United in the League Cup. He was our top goal scorer and our main threat for years. Like, we can't just forget what these players have done despite them leaving. I personally have McManaman. I hold him in high esteem as well. I remember.
Oh, mate, McManaman's really, really high up on that talented list.
He was my first favorite player.
Yeah, the thing is as well.
After Fowler.
The thing is those two players. There's a situation behind the scenes which the fans never really heard about, and it was the situation where Owen wanted to go for a year, try it out,
like what Ian Rush did.
And come back. He wanted to do what Ian Rush did, and he's got every right to do that. Like he got every right to do that. And we had the option to buy him back, and he didn't want him. Rafa didn't want him. Like, it was unfortunate. And the McManaman situation, like, it really didn't help that we weren't giving him the contract that he deserved. Yeah. And then we started to tout him out to Barcelona behind his back, and that got found out. And then he decided, look, at the end of the day, like, you tried to sell me to Barcelona behind my back. I'm going to go on a free transfer. And that was when the Bosmans came in. And they weren't really, there wasn't really much of that going. So it all kind of caught us by surprise.
Yeah.
And he won 2 Champions Leagues.
It's pivotal as well. It's pivotal in those.
What's that?
It was pivotal in those Champions League wins as well.
Pivotal. I mean, I did what I actually, if I've got a couple of minutes, I did actually want to just go over this quickly. So I heard you talking about transfers. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to look at what we did when Klopp came in, because I kind of see the same situation, like with Edwards and Klopp. It's Edwards and Slot, yeah.
Okay.
First year,
Matip and Grujic.
Yeah.
Jorginho Wijnaldum.
Yeah.
Mane.
Yeah. And then you've got a goalkeeper, Karius. You've got Klavan. You've got Joel Matip on a free. And obviously Trent came through the youth team. Yeah. That was all the first year under Klopp.
Yeah.
It was this one which kind of stuck with me. It was the outgoings. So you got Christian Benteke, who was only there a year under Klopp. Like, he just didn't rate him. See you later.
Yeah. Not even a full year. It wasn't even.
No, it was half a year, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Similarities. Who are we looking at?
Nunez,
100%. Probably Chiesa as well. If I'm not gonna lie. Like, he doesn't rate him. Like, he's.
Yeah.
I think that's probably one as well. And then you look at the likes of Jordan Ibe went.
Yeah. Harvey Elliott.
Joe Allen.
Endo.
Midfielder that didn't fit. Endo.
Yeah.
I know, mate. I know. Then you've got like Luis Alberto, Martin Skirtle. Yeah. You've got a defender who's been there a while.
Joe Gomez.
I know. It does kind of fit that scenario for me. But what you have to look at is you have to look at the players that came in straight away. Were those players really pivotal to what Klopp wanted to do to start things rolling? Mane. How important was Mane to come in straight away? Massive. Wijnaldum.
Yeah.
Huge.
Massively.
We needed those legs in midfield.
Yeah.
So you've got to look. You have to look at. I don't think he's going to go crazy, but I think he's going to get some really key players straight away. And we all know who we need. He's told us. Like, he's going to be in the number 9.
Yeah.
The left back's being talked about so much.
Yeah.
And probably that one midfielder.
Does it worry you we've not really been linked with right backs given Trent's situation?
But does it not just give you a little bit of hope as well? I know the hope kills you.
Should I tell you what worries me? That we're just going to go all in on Conor Bradley. And I don't think he's ready for that.
I don't think his body's ready for that. That's the problem. I think he's ready. I just don't think his body's ready. Like, it's an interesting one because I think he's missed about 30 games, maybe 40 games already. And he's only 21. But he's only played 3 Premier League games this season.
I think he's only started 2. No, he's played more than 3, but I think he's only started 2.
Yeah, sorry, he started 3, which means that he's never been a starter either.
Yeah.
But
to go from 2 starts to like 30 plus could be insane.
But isn't that just typical of an Edwards signing though? Like nobody's heard about it, and then Jules Koundé comes in.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Or Wesley.
Yeah.
You know, Russell's just put Wesley's in there. Yeah. Like Wesley's a good player, by the way. He's also linked with Manchester City, by the way.
Say that again, sorry.
Good to see.
Who's been linked with them?
Wesley Franco. He's been linked with Manchester City, but it's never good to see with South Americans.
Is Wesley good? Is he that good? Because I've never seen him play.
He's dislodged Manderson out of the Brazil squad.
But you wouldn't sit there and go Vanderson's like world class or
no, but everyone bangs on about him as well, playing for Monaco as well. He's got Champions League experience and been around a while. I don't know. I like personally, like I think Bradley's great. Like I just don't know whether he could play an entire season without being injured. Yeah. And looking at how we dealt with transfers out, I think Gomez is probably the one that's going to go. But I don't want to see Quansah in the right back position. It's just not worked. Doesn't offer anything. It doesn't offer anything going forward. So that kind of, I'm not really into that. I don't want Frimpong there because he doesn't defend, and I don't actually think he's a right back, if I'm honest.
Yeah, he's not.
We haven't been linked with anybody else really. What, Giovanni Reid? Like he's a kid. Martin Fernandez, he's another kid.
Yeah.
Jules Koundé, I'm all in for. The Wesley guy, he's still quite young. I think he's 20 as well. So it's an interesting one, but it could just be one completely out of the blue, mate, that we know nothing about.
Yeah.
That's just been getting linked with. Even maybe the Spanish guy, the one who played for Girona. I think he's a left back though, actually. It's just been left backs, hasn't it?
Class, man, he's good.
Yeah. It's just been left backs. Left backs. So
not even spoke about Gutierrez in his post-match.
Gutierrez, that's him, yeah. That was him.
Yeah. We spoke about when we played Girona. That really put me on his radar because Slot doesn't always speak about personal.
Well, think about the players that Slot has actually talked about.
Cunha's another one, isn't it? Did he speak about Kudus?
Talked about Isaac,
Kudus.
Who's the guy from Girona? What was his name again? Gutierrez. Talked about him. Yeah. It's interesting. It is interesting, but all I'm saying is like, don't sleep on the way we did the transfer windows under Klopp, because we've got the same guy who's looking after transfers. And I know we're all sitting there going, "Oh, it's Hughes." Hughes got the job because of Edwards. That's his yes man.
Yeah, yeah.
He's giving him mates rates, so and it does make a lot of sense. Luke Haber as well is another one, but you just have to. And there's also one more guy which no one's mentioned, Gertrude. Don't sleep on Gertrude, because he's the guy. He was the general who did so much work on that right hand side for Slot for the years of Feyenoord, and he's not had a great. Leipzig haven't had a great season, and I think they might sell a few of their players because they're going to miss out on Champions League. Like I think they're going to come like 8th, maybe. Yeah, Scouse has just put it in there as well. Gertrude, don't sleep on Gertrude. He's not one we've been linked with, but he's definitely a player that I think could really fit a Slot system because he's been with him for a number of years. But anyway.
Kmac, give me 1 sec. Stay there, bro. Give me 1 sec.
Okay, but all right. Yeah, so actually what I'll do as well while I'm sat here is I'll go through the second transfer window that Klopp had. So you've got 16-17 with the players that he bought. Then we go 17-18, which is the next window. So this is potentially this window. But he didn't get any players in. The window just gone.
Sorry, bro. So
the next window, you've got the likes of Virgil, Mo, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Andy Robinson, Dom Solanke, players he got rid of. Obviously, Coutinho, Sacco. But Sacco went the year before on loan anyway.
Yeah, it's Palace.
Divock Origi, Lucas Lavea, Andrew. I mean, some of the others pointless, but I just see this one being the one where he gets the really important guys in, and then maybe the next one we might go and get a Virgil replacement and a Mo replacement, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the second window, I know we've just done a window, but Klopp didn't get anyone in that first window. So it's the same scenario. So we go for this window where we get the key players like a forward, a left back, a midfielder, potentially a defender. Yeah. Then the next window, he bought the stars, like the real big players.
Yeah.
And he got big money for some of the players. There's no reason why we don't get big money for Mo and we don't get big money for Virgil still.
Yeah, I hear it.
If they go to Saudi, and then we then go and get the Mo replacement or the Virgil replacement, and that's when we spend 80 million plus on two massive key players. But these ones, I think, are really beneficial to get Slot's system into Liverpool, if that makes sense. Because that's what Klopp did. He had to remove Brendan Rodgers' mad no defending system.
Yeah, the difference is though, he's got a better foundation to work with.
He's got a much better foundation.
Foundation wasn't great, but his Slot's foundation is fantastic.
And our midfield's unbelievable. Like, we've got a really, really good midfield. Like, he's left him with a really great young midfield, which Klopp wasn't given. He wasn't given the keys to the Rolls Royce. Like, he wasn't. He was given the keys to the Cortina.
Yeah, literally. But
he literally was, wasn't he? So the thing is, as well, is like I can't believe that our fans are kind of writing off next season. Like,
I can't believe
no doubt that we're going to be back up there again.
Slot out fans are the ones that really scare me.
It's
I'm like,
wild, mate.
You can be slot out after winning the Premier League. Like, who are you?
Like I get it. You want to see fancy football, and maybe you want to see like Arsene Wenger football, but you're just not. I'm sorry. Like he's a guy that he came in and he told you straight off the bat, we need to get this many points, otherwise we haven't got a chance in winning the league.
Yeah,
and we need to stop conceding goals. And we need to just win games, and it's important. And if you just look at the whole season, it's not really been any different. Like, the first half's been a bit, here and there, maybe nick a goal or two.
Yeah.
Sometimes concede a goal because that's our Achilles heel.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just is. It's going to take a long time to get that out of our system.
Yeah.
But it is. And then second half, they're knackered because they've been running after us the whole first half. Makes a few substitutions, which he now doesn't trust.
Yeah.
Which is the biggest problem this second half of the season.
Yeah, he
doesn't trust his substitutions anymore.
Yeah.
When the first half of the season, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next season, he'll have those substitutions because he'd have either bought the players to replace some of the players, which then will be on the bench.
We hope he does.
Or he'll have a bigger squad that he can bring in.
Give me one sec. We thought that with Chiesa, though.
Exactly, but
we haven't.
Chiesa could just be our Benteke, unfortunately. He could just be our Benteke.
Something's weird about the Chiesa situation, bro.
It is weird, mate. It is.
Something's very weird. Like, really weird. Because he's the only signing we made, but yet he's the only player that can't seem to get any minutes.
I think we're probably going to find out at the end of the season that maybe he had an injury or something, or maybe there's just something not quite right there. Like, I don't know. Like, it also feels like maybe he was an opportunistic signing that maybe we were talking. I'm just going to say this right out now as well. Okay, is we were in Leipzig, yeah, talking to Leipzig about them taking Carvalho on loan, yeah, and we found out that Dominic Szoboszlai was available, like, because we were there, yeah.
He wasn't available.
The realms of possibility.
We just activated.
Hughes was in Italy, talking to another club about a player, or just talking to clubs about players, because he's got Italian contacts and he's our new director of football. He could have been over there talking about Osherman. Who knows? Just putting it out there, or Kvaratskhelia. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then he found out, Chiesa's available for like 10 million. And he's just gone, yeah, let's get him. Like, that's a quick one. Like, let's get that one done.
Yeah, possibly.
Literally, just because that's how Dom Szoboszlai got signed. Like that came out that like it was nobody knew about it, and Leipzig said, "Oh yeah, he wants to leave this year. Like we're going to sell him. Like he's got 70 million release clause." And we just went, "What? Okay, then we're not signing the Turkish guy from Benfica, who we'd lined up."
Yeah, true.
Sorry, not from Benfica, from Feyenoord. What's his name? Akaku or Akoku?
Oh, the one who's playing for Benfica now, the midfielder.
Yeah, he went to Benfica instead, but we were supposed to sign him instead of Dominic Szoboszlai.
Yeah.
Who I also think is a really good player, by the way.
Yeah, Sobo still needs to do more, though.
Yeah, he does. I also said this as well, like, is the reason why Dom isn't doing anything is because he just hasn't got anything in front of him?
It's both. It's both. It's both. It's both. Because I said this about Palmer. Palmer's not been as effective when Jackson's been out of the team, but Sobo could have still done more.
I am gonna ask you a question now.
Go for it, and then we'll wrap up.
Palmer, if that's available,
yeah,
100% in it.
Yeah, 100%.
It's an absolute baller.
Yeah, you have to. But we wouldn't be the only ones in for him, and that would be where the issue would be.
I don't think you go anywhere else apart from Real Madrid, mate, if I'm honest.
The rumours I've heard is that he's a massive Man United fan. The rumours, again, not saying
he would stink there. Everyone stinks there who's got talent.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm a footballer right now, I'm choosing Liverpool over Man United. But that could be a potential snag. He might just think, I don't want to play for Liverpool because
have they got the money?
They'll find it.
They need so much. They need to do so much work. Like genuinely. Like the manager is literally playing defenders up front now. Like because he doesn't trust this forward line.
Yeah, so Cole Palmer. Oh, bro, in the 10, Cole Palmer would cook for us. But again, I just
absolutely sick. I know.
Yeah, the money would be insane, salary would be insane. Plus, we wouldn't be the only ones in for him as well. So I don't see we don't get involved in stuff like that, which is sometimes a good thing, but also a bad thing. But we just don't get involved in stuff like that.
Yeah,
we don't do it. But Kmac, before I let you go, bro, let the people know where they can find you and support.
Oh, you can check out Kmac channel. All right, I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah, I'll do that now, actually.
Oh, you legend. Thanks, man. I'm on the road to 1,000.
Where are we? One sec, bro.
Our owners hate Chelsea owners. Yeah, they do. You're right, Russell.
Kmac channel. Links going in the chat right now.
Oh, thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
No problem. Make sure you guys subscribe to Kmac's channel. Kmac, you're a legend, bro. Obviously, we speak offline, so we'll speak up.
Good to speak to you again, mate. All right.
Yes, brother.
Take care, everyone in the chat, and let's all support the club and all have a good time on Sunday.
Facts.
Catch you later, man.
Big up to Kmac. Go and subscribe to his channel. People, look, you've had me for over 3 hours. 3 hours. So I'm going to turn in now. Have we got any super chats? We have got one. Rara says, sing 20 times Man United and listen to how good it sounds. Yeah. Almost there, man. Almost there. Big up to every one of you in the chat. Please do smash that like button if you haven't already. Jamrock, I gotta say one thing I want to say, bro. I'm not Trent's bulletproof vest. I'm trying to bring the other side of the debate and the other side of the argument. I can't get on board with calling him a rat or anything like that because I don't feel that way and I don't want to force it or be disingenuous. But I'm not his defender. I think I can turn around and say I've probably been one of Trent's biggest critics to the point where people have come at me for it. So I'm not his bulletproof vest. I just believe in fairness, and I believe in people not turning on someone or telling the truth about someone. If we don't think Trent's a legend, then I don't know what a player has to do to become a legend, personally. But yeah, that's all my feelings there. But big up to yourself as always, Jamrock. You know, it's always love, man. People, smash that like button. Please subscribe if you're new to the channel. Almost at 36,000 subscribers. We want to get to 40k very, very soon. So please help us with that. Big up to Imran in the chat, obviously. Big up Misha Tate. We know how it goes by now, brother. Big up to you and the family. Please do smash that like button. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. I will be back tomorrow around maybe 12 o'clock. Midday. Big up to Thomas Oliver for your super chat. About midday for Tottenham's preview show. So make sure you join me then. And then I know it's the Chelsea game, I believe, at midday or 12:30 kickoff. So I'll aim to finish before that game so you guys can get to watch that as well. But big up to you all. Big up to every single one of the callers that called in today. Nothing but love for you all. Until I see you again, people. Have a fantastic rest of the day, night, or evening, wherever you are. Stay safe, stay blessed with Kopish, and we're out, people. Enough love. Oh, members videos. Drop 2 members videos today for our members. Go and check those out. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And for those of you who haven't joined the members, give it a go for 1 month. See how you like it. And then go from there. Big up to all of you. Stay safe, stay blessed with Kopish, and we're out. Take care.